What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you are new to the channel, I'm your host, as always, Rashid White. All right, let's get into it over here. You guys see the graphics. You actually see the title. Can a backcourt of Cam Thomas and Jeremiah Fears really electrify the Brooklyn Nets? Make the team much more interesting to watch, make the team much more interesting to talk about. We're gonna actually dive into it. It's a couple of guys out there that doesn't really believe that this can actually work. Maybe it actually could, but let's get into the actual article here, man. So we're not gonna try to be too long tonight, man. It's been a minute since I actually been on, so I doubt that people will actually really there shouldn't be that many people here today, which is good for me. All right, so it says it talks um about Jeremiah Fears over here, and can this backcourt actually really truly work together? And the Brooklyn Netcast over here is saying that Jeremiah Fears and Cam Thomas backcourt does not work. If their plan is to draft Jeremiah Fears, it must mean they are clearly not investing long term into Cam Thomas. So if the Nets select a player who doesn't need to score in isolation to be effective, like Knipple or Kasparis, then Thomas can continue to thrive in Brooklyn next to its lottery pick. However, picking a score-first point guard in the draft means the Nets need to decide who they want to have the balls in his hands, Thomas or the number 8 pick. So, yeah, I mean, right now is going to actually be Thomas, right? We've seen him really kind of improve on his decision making. Like, we don't know what Jeremiah Fears is actually really going to be, man. So, and we're going to get into the whole scouting report. So let me start from the top of the actual article over here, man. It says players projected in Brooklyn's range included Jeremiah Fears, Trey Johnson, Con Knipple. These prospects certainly have the potential to lead the franchise into the future. Well, again, potential is the key word over here, man. Potential. So we don't know, man. We've seen guys like, actually, we've seen number 1 picks, number 2 picks, not really pan out. They actually turned out to be busts, but then we could see picks at the number 12 or 10, 8, turn out to actually be really good players, man. All right, so it says the reasons Brooklyn faces a potential dilemma is because who is projected in that pick range. It creates a crossroads for the Nets centered around Cam Thomas, their star scorer. As much as Thomas has been an elite for the Brooklyn Nets over the last 2 seasons, putting up incredible scoring numbers, the team has stayed stagnant. The Nets have suffered seasons in which they aren't at the very bottom of the NBA, but rather just go outside the play-in tournament, just sitting in the mid lottery. Well, we can't put that all on Cam Thomas, man. I mean, there's a lot of deficiencies on, like, in terms of offense and defense that's really on the roster, man. You look at Nick Claxton. Sorry. I mean, he has like serious defensive limitations, right? And offensive limitations. And he can't shoot, and he causes like a lot of spacing issues. So, that will definitely like impact like Cam Thomas's efficiency right there. All right, let's get back into this over here. All right, so the fact of the matter is that although the roster isn't great, Thomas doesn't impact winning with his style of play. He puts up incredible surface level scoring numbers on subpar efficiency, while his playmaking and defense still lacks for him to be considered among the league's best. And I've actually mentioned this. I said this before. When you actually look at all the other 2 guards around the NBA, and especially like, let's say, combo guards, because a lot of these 2 guards really do average like 4.5 to 5.5 assists per game. If I was to take Cam Thomas and put him on Minnesota right now, well, he's going to have to come off the bench. But if I take Kay Cunningham and put him on Minnesota with Anthony Edwards, we could have a serious 3-hour debate, 4-hour debate on who the offense is actually going to be ran through and who's actually really, really the best player right there, man. But like I said, we haven't really seen a large sample size of Cam Thomas, and I'm gonna put that all on Sean Marks and those previous coaches for not really allowing him to really develop. I don't want to hear the fact that there was KD and Kyrie on the team because, like, those guys were veterans at the time, and you can always like put like have a player like Cam Thomas come in and really kind of give you some minutes and give you some scoring and take some pressure off those guys so they don't really have to carry. And I already went into this already. So no, the Brooklyn Netcast, they don't feel that this backcourt is not going to work. So we're going to get into the actual scouting reports over here on Jeremiah Fears, because I don't know, man. Could he actually really get better? Let's get into this over here. 1 second. Hold on. Let me just. All right, here we go right here. All right. So Jeremiah Fears, NBA Draft Net projects to have him drafted at number 5 and to the Utah Jazz. And so we already know what the strengths are. His NBA comparisons is John Wall or Doc Rivers. I never seen Doc Rivers really play. I seen some highlights, but never really watched Doc Rivers play. So yeah, so basically he's like a score first point guard. And that's something that has to change, like on the NBA level, because if he's just going to go out there and just look to score, and I mean his game is going to really become too predictable, So again, so it seems like solid pick and roll operator. But let's get into the actual weaknesses, because we know what his strengths are, and they have him measured at 6'4", but at the NBA Combine, it seems like without the sneakers, he's 6'2", barefoot, right? 179 pounds. And his 3-point shooting, I think what I read was at, let me see something, 25%, 28%. Now, there's no guarantee that Jeremiah Fears, because look at Ben Simmons, we look at other guys like, what's his name? Dennis Smith Jr., right? I mean, those guys never really worked on their 3-point shot. Russell Westbrook. So I'd rather like the Nets really kind of get somebody in here that can actually shoot. It's more of a guarantee. But it's 28.4% on 3-point shooters, and that's not, that's not good. It says shot mechanics are sound, but he can be streaky from deep. Needs to grow. Needs to show greater consistency from a 3-point, especially off the dribble. To and that's going to take time. He can get better than that, but again, we just don't know if these guys are going to get better. It's a serious gamble. All right, so he says at times can settle for contested mid-range shots instead of working for better looks or drawing contact. And that's going to be hard for him to really do because of his size, 6'2", 179 pounds, man. I mean, you have guys like a lot of your like Jaylen Brown, Bam Adebayo, a lot of these guys can move laterally, man. And it's going to be hard for him, like I was showing in the last stream, for him to like really kind of get that bump, and create separation and to really get a good high percentage shot off. So that's another thing. He has to get stronger. It says has a tendency to dribble into traffic and where was it? Hold on, where was I? Okay, and force tough looks when help defenses collapse. That's another thing right there, man. It's just like IQ wise is like solid vision and passing skills, but does not create offense for others at the same level that he actually looks to score. So you definitely want to really kind of find that balance, right? Because if the defense knows you're going to really score, it's just going to be easy for them to keen in on you. If you look to pass more, like defenses will start playing for the pass, and then you can actually go look to actually score. It's really going to help him. But again, we'll see. Okay, and then he says should develop into a better spot up shooter in order to become a more effective floor spacer. Defensively, he has potential but can lose focus off the ball and must continue improving his screen navigation and staying disciplined in rotations. So the good thing over here says is he's actually described as a gym rat. So that's good. I mean, he's actually constantly looking to work on his game. And again, so it says over here he's measured at 6'2", 250 pounds, 179. Let me see what it says about his vertical. 32 no step vertical and 30. All right. I mean, the good thing about him is that let me see. Do they got any highlights of him over here? They usually do. But it looks like the other kid over here. Let me see. Trey Johnson. This is actually a Cam Thomas replacement, and that's who they actually compare him to. So he's actually taller than Cam Thomas, 6'6", 190 pounds. He was, in terms of being a willing passer at this level, it was just better than what Cam Thomas is actually doing. More athletic. So, oh yeah, let me get the link in for you guys over here, man. Let me see what you guys are saying. I haven't spoken to you guys in a minute, man. Hold on, let me get the link, man. Hold on 1 second here. All right, yo, DJ, get on up in here, man. Get on up in here. Let me see. He says the Wabi was good, man. He says he might, but he's not Cam Thomas. I'd rather put Cam Thomas. I would like experiment with him at the point guard position. So right now, Cam Thomas is shooting like 35% from the 3-point line, which is like right at NBA average. Yo, DJ, what's good, man?
Yo, what's up, BK?
Yo, it's been a minute, man. It's been like I think 11 days or 12 days technically since I did a live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's good though, man?
It's been a minute, bro. And I mean, besides the draft, and ain't nothing too much going on in the basketball world right now.
Yeah. I mean,
there was a trade today, but
yeah, Desmond Bane. What do you think about that trade though, man? Does it help elevate
Orlando
a little bit?
Got better, bro.
Yeah.
The Grizzlies got worse, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, they probably feel they weren't winning with that group though, so you might as well.
That's because of Ja, bro. Ja got to get better.
That's true too. Yeah. Well, at least Ja's
the exact same player he was when he got drafted.
Well, he's small too, though, man. You know, like you get him in a half court set, man. Like he's great on the fast break, but you start putting him in a half court set, and you got these long trees in there. I mean, yeah, it's
I don't like the Grizzlies roster after that trade, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, Contavious Caldwell-Pope does play defense, man. He guards.
You sure about that?
Yeah, man. Well, he probably wasn't doing
He's not Lakers. Man, anymore, bro. He's washed up, bro. That's not helping him at all. He ain't played no defense on the Magic. How is he gonna help?
Yeah. I don't know if they would.
He lost his 3-ball. I don't know what happened to his 3-ball.
Yeah. I don't know.
I like the Magic, bro. The Magic got better.
Yeah. Oh, they did, man. Because I was on the locker room show last night, and we were talking about how the East is actually really wide open. But now, this changes a lot of things right now, man. So we were talking about LeBron James probably going to the Knicks or something like that. That'll probably
So you think it's wide open because what? Like because
Boston is looking to break up their team. I don't because of this whole second apron thing. But
I'm not moving off of Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone else can go, but I'm not moving off them too.
He says those stats are deflated coming off his hammy BK. Who you mean, Cam Thomas? Oh yeah, Cam Thomas with the hamstring injury.
It was a 26 game, 46. But you're talking about scoring though.
No, with the article. Oh, this actually. Let me show you.
Like, who are you talking about?
I think he's talking about Cam Thomas. Yeah, let me show you this article. The Brooklyn Netcast was actually saying that
Yeah,
Hold
when
on.
did Cam get hurt? Cam got hurt at like beginning part of the season, I think.
Yeah. So Cam Thomas over here, Brooklyn Netcast over here saying that a Jeremiah Fears and Cam Thomas backcourt does not work. If their plan is to draft Jeremiah Fears, it must mean they are clearly not investing long term into Cam Thomas.
But Dwabi, typically you don't see players like Cam actually like become like 3-and-D type guys though, or like 3-and-D guard type guys. Like,
Yeah, I mean
not
that.
at
But
his size.
my
Like, it's
thing, my
hard to,
thing
at
with
his
Cam
size, it's hard to
Thomas
do
is
that.
really more the defensive end of things, though. So like
That's
he's
all.
under,
I just want him to
huh?
be at least I just want him to at least be a better like a defensive player.
I don't think he can though, man. I just don't think he has like it's not in his genetics, man. He doesn't have the foot speed, like the fast twitch muscles.
Because Dwabi, there's other things you have to do in basketball to be scoring, like than just scoring. You have to when you want to be successful in the league, you got to do more stuff than scoring, bro.
Yeah, and
Especially
you
this. If
and
you
you
looking at
have
the playoffs,
this is the
look
same
at all
thing.
these players, bro. They got more things to them in their game than scoring.
Yeah, no. Before you came on, I was mentioning how a lot of the shooting guards have averaged like about 5.5 assists. If you look at a guy like
Yeah,
Jalen
playmaking
Williams
too.
off the OKC Thunder, he averages almost 5.5 assists a game. You know, and then you look at the explosiveness, his ability to finish, explode through contact. Like Cam Thomas doesn't really give you that, you know. But what do you think about Cam Thomas at point guard? I'd rather put him at point guard right now.
No, horrible. I'm not putting him at point guard. You cannot play the point guard. We've seen him play point guard a couple times. It's horrible.
No, but I mean his playmaking has gotten better, man. I mean,
not enough to play the point guard spot. Nah, I don't want him at the point guard. I don't want him at the point guard at all.
Yeah,
that's
man. I guess
disaster,
he has to do. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the defense, right? Are you looking at? Well, you looking at more for like offensively or defensively? Or both?
Defensively, because I think if he plays the point guard, then his scoring is gonna have to go down a little bit because he's gonna have to play the point guard role. He's gonna have to be playmaking and stuff. Yeah. So if he plays, I don't know, bro. I just don't like.
Because he has enough like status in the league to have like a scouting report like really kind of be generated on him. Like, so if you get like a guy like Jeremiah Fears, you know, especially like in the regular season, they're gonna really like care about him that much in terms of like scouting him. But like Cam Thomas, you already know like he can score in isolation, so you probably got to run like probably a second defender on him depending on the matchup. And there's also like switches you can get him involved in. Like if you can get like a bigger, slower like center or power forward get switched onto him, you know, maybe that'll actually start creating a secondary defender when he gets those you know, those isolations right there. But I don't know.
He said Kyrie. First of all, Kyrie and Jamal Murray are better defenders than Cam Thomas, and they're better playmakers. That's number one.
Yeah.
And Kyrie and them dudes is better than Cam Thomas in the pick and roll.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, Kyrie can even like when he was a rookie, like Kyrie can actually run the PNR. You know, like when he was in his second year.
It's like Cam. Well, how tall is Cam? Cam is like 6'3". I mean,
they say 6'2". So D-Rock, I mean, I don't know what happened. I gotta find him. But D-Rock said he stood next to Cam Thomas, and Cam Thomas was really more like 6'1".
Well, however tall he is, 6'1". His frame says he's a point guard, but his skills is not point guard. It's not point guard ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if he struggles with guarding shooting guards, he's gonna struggle even more with guarding point guards.
Yeah. And that's the thing with Cam Thomas, especially like on the defensive end. Like you got to look at the foot speed in terms of like running guys off the 3-point line, man. Because we've seen like, you know, teams like go hot, like get hot from three, and the game could be over like in the second quarter, man. You know,
so
like
I've been seeing a lot of Nets fans saying the Jeremiah Fears and Cam Thomas backcourt won't work. I don't know. I think it could.
That's what I'm saying. I think it could. Yeah.
But I see a lot of Nets fans. I see a lot of Nets fans saying it won't work because of Cam Thomas.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Cam Thomas is a more.
Or am I wrong? Why do they not?
I don't know. I mean, because if you look at Jeremiah Fears, they have him without shoes on. where was it over here? 6'2".
Well, I don't think it was defensively.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's. I guess even with like Jeremiah Fears at 180 pounds or 179 pounds, that's like teetering around like Dennis Schroeder right there in terms of his weight. I mean, like Dennis Schroeder's like a little bit lighter than that, 165 pounds, but like guys like Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Tatum, they always hunt like certain matchups like that. So I don't know, man. I guess for now, I mean, the Nets they put themselves in this position, right, where they just don't really have much of a choice, man.
Oh no, bro. I don't know what type of.
All right, let me see what the Twitter replies are. Let me see. I think I have it right here. Hold on. Let me see something here. Let's see.
First of all, that's not true. When Kyrie was playing with Luka, he was more of a pass first type of guy. He wasn't. If you actually saw him play with Luka, he was actually pass first.
Oh, I got to sign in. I got. All right. Let me see.
I mean, Kyrie's not the greatest defender, but I'm not gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say this. He's a willing defender. I'm gonna say that.
No, Kyrie is a willing defender. He is, man.
And that's a good thing to do. That's what we're saying with Cam. He has to be a willing defender, and he's really not. Half of the time, he don't even look to play defense.
Yeah, he does try. Like he'll get a little physical. Like you saw what he did to Steph Curry.
Every game, bro, he's not doing that every game.
Who's that? Kyrie?
Cam Thomas.
Oh, no.
He might have a few games here and there where he might try to play defense, but it's not good. It's still bad.
All right, so this article was actually saying that
it's no knock to Cam, bro. It's just he's not what y'all think he is. Like y'all saying he's like what do y'all want him to be? Like
don't let Breezy hear this, man. Hold on, don't let Breezy hear this because like he's always somewhere lurking, man. And
I want Cam still on this roster. I just don't think that he needs to be the franchise guy. I mean, what's wrong with what's up with these NBA fans, bro? What's wrong with being the sixth man? What's wrong with being the third option? Like, what's wrong with being the?
Well, I don't know. He doesn't see himself as. I don't know about an All-Star, Dawabi. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean,
first of all, if you want to be the All-Star, it's not a politics, and you have to be one. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes into the All-Star.
Let me see. NBA.
And he doesn't have the fame or anything like that to consider the All-Star.
Let's see roster here.
Not like the other guys.
Because you got Paolo Banchero. Yeah, you gotta have a major impact on winning too, though. That's the key to actually really making it. You can't be like a bottom feeder team and then like
So y'all think he's a All-Star over who? Cade, Brunson, Harden. I mean, Dame Lillard. I'm just naming the East guards: Jalen Brunson, Garland.
Yeah, Garland. Yeah. Tyler Hero.
Some
people actually really think that Cam Thomas is better than Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero, though, man. But
no, Tyler Hero this probably was like his best season.
Yeah, and you look at the assist numbers: 5.5 assists, 5.5 rebounds.
Those went up from like 2-3 to like 5. Like.
Yeah. So now you got Evan Mobley. I don't think Cam Thomas will ever make a
not even the East or West, bro. He's not making it. Who he making it over, Dwabi?
But even Dame made it too. He averaged maybe he could because
you know how many minutes Brunson was playing his first year? Wasn't even playing that much.
Yeah. So
and it's hard
Tatum is going to be out.
In front of him, bro. Like, come on now.
Yeah, Tatum is going to be out, right? So
Cam was scoring like 10 points too at his first year.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible. I don't know.
Over who? BK?
No, I'm just saying because Tatum is going to be out. Dame is going to be out. Like they both tore their Achilles.
So they're going to put an All-Star who's on.
I mean, it all depends on like Cam Thomas in terms of his play, and can he actually really truly impact winning, man? Like the Nets, you can't be an 11th seed, right? And
that's not his average, Dwabi. He wasn't averaging 30 his first year.
And just like what this article was actually saying, right? It was saying that where was it? because I don't want you. I don't want you guys saying, "Yo, BK be hating." You be hating. All right, so it says
Cam stands. You know, they just gonna defend their man, bro.
It says as much as Thomas has been elite for the Brooklyn Nets over the last 2 seasons, putting up incredible scoring numbers, the team has stayed stagnant. Right? The Nets suffered, seasons in which they were the very bottom of the NBA, man. So if you look at, like, let's say if you was to take Cade Cunningham and put him on this roster, right? They make the play-in tournament, or at
What
least
does that have to do with anything, do I?
What do I be saying?
Like, does it really matter? Like, all you talking about is scoring, bro. Like,
he says, would you take on Jeremiah's contract for pick 13?
I can name players at Cam's age that are far better than him. Like, so what's your point?
Yeah, exactly. This is what I was saying, Oren, too, about Jeremiah Fierce. He can't shoot. He is shooting 28% from 3, right? Almost like, let's round it off, 29%.
I think he's a decent mid-range shooter, though.
Yeah, but I don't know, because these guys can actually.
But I get what you're saying. You want shooters. I feel you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So Oren doesn't like Jeremiah Fierce. I mean, he is shifty though, man.
Nobody's saying he doesn't have potential, but you got to still acknowledge that Cam has.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We had looked at like guys like Dennis Smith Jr., Russell Westbrook, Ben Simmons, right? All came into the league, right, and were very poor shooters. And you figure, like, in the off season, that's the least they can actually do, and it's not hard. You just get a bunch of guys, right? Get 2 or 3 guys to rebound the ball for you, and just work on your 3-point shot, right? And pay those guys. Like Ben Simmons got like $170-something million, man. You telling me you can't pay 3 guys and get like a really good shooting coach to actually work on your 3, in the off season? So if these guys can't do it, I'm not saying Jeremiah Fears won't, but I mean, I'd rather get somebody in here that can actually make it 3, especially at 6'2", and you can't shoot.
You're better off drafting Jaguar.
I don't know, man.
I mean, he's 6'8". What is he? 6'8",
6'9",
6'8", 6'9", whatever he is.
Listen, in order for you to be, and you know this, DJ, in order for you to be a really, really, really efficient passer, you got to be a scoring threat, man. Like you have to be like a real scoring threat.
Be doing with another Ben Simmons, maybe.
Yeah, and he was averaging like, I think, 10 points a game in college.
Oh no.
That really kind of scares me. I mean, he's really like a backup right now. Plus, he has to get stronger. I don't know. We'll see if his jump shot actually really translates into the NBA. But if he's struggling to score against like college guys, you can imagine like the guys in the pros, man.
Well, what about Malowatch? I mean,
I'm gonna do a video on him because I was looking at him in the Olympics. They said he's better than Joel Embiid now than with I don't know. I don't know, because like I think he did himself a disservice by going to Duke, man. If I was him, I would have went to a college where like the offense is like centered around me. They really use him as a role player, like just like a guy that just like really set screens and that's the strength right there, man. Oh, you got John.
I don't see Cam making it in 5 years, nah. Because you're right that the dudes who are all-stars right now, they will be out the league or drop off. They'll be older, but they'll still be better players than Cam. Like, you'll have Cade, Tyrese, them dudes not going nowhere. Garland, like, them dudes is not going nowhere, bro.
Well, again, Desmond Bane is damn like when he's on, he's like borderline like an all-star caliber player, man.
Yeah.
That's the reason why you got the 5 first-round picks for him. Now, not every player can make the all-star team, but like he's damn near. I see a lot of
hate on Desmond now. Y'all forget Desmond is really nice, bro. Desmond is good.
Yeah.
To be honest, in the playoffs, he really the only him and JJJ are like the only 2 role players that actually like step up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Ja, he kind of stays stagnant. He doesn't really. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do with Ja, bro.
Jonathan thinks that is an overpay. So what? All right, so if Desmond
The
Bane,
Grizzlies got worse though.
yeah,
They only thinking that's the future. That's they only like they got better in the future, but what they
I
gonna do in the
I didn't
playoffs
even
now?
read. I didn't read the details of the trade because like I just woke up like about an hour ago. Like I saw it, the trade, but I didn't really read the full details. You know, it depends on like what picks these guys actually get, but
And
I don't think it's
and
an
I think you
overpay at all.
overrating Cam since I'm overrating Garland.
Yeah,
I said one thing about Garland. You over here in the comments glazing Cam Thomas right now. I mean,
I don't know
so
about it's an overpay, man. Like Orlando's going to be like really at the top right now, man. You know, because that like Desmond Bane can actually give you between 20 and 25 points per game, and you got Paulo Banchero. Then you have with the was it Wagner? What's his first name?
you talking about Mo Wagner?
Yeah, Mo Wagner. Yeah. That's a good, you know, big three right there, man. And Jonathan's actually saying, is this a good risk
That's what they
by the
needed
Magic
though,
to
Jonathan. Like the
capitalize on the
Magic
Boston's
desperately needed.
downfall? Yeah, man, because like Boston's not gonna be there, man. Boston doesn't want to get into the second apron. They don't want to pay. It's a new ownership group, man.
Oh, wait, BK. He said you mean Franz? You talking about Franz or because there's two Wagners on the team.
France,
Oh,
yeah,
because there's two Wagners on the team.
Yeah, I think both of them are pretty good though. Yeah.
My bad. Or I mean, there's two Wagners on the team. I didn't know which one he was talking about.
Yeah. There's the Franz Wagner and both of them are pretty good. Now Orlando might. That's
Orlando
tough. Man.
is
They're gonna
nice,
be.
bro. I love
Desmond Bane puts a lot of pressure on the defense, man. Like he can score. He can
Mo
hit
is not
threes.
trash at all. Mo is good. He's a very good backup point center.
Yeah, he's gonna provide. Why is Brooklyn not making any of these moves, man? They just staying like I don't know. They staying pat.
What assets do we have?
Nah, we got picks
outside
too.
of picks. I mean, we got to give up players too. Nobody wants our players. Our players are trash. and Oren, that works perfectly for them because he plays well in that role.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Sean Marks really kind of decimated this team.
Well, Jonathan, they can still. You never know, bro. The Magic. I always said this, bro. The Magic, they always had something up their sleeve, bro. So they could still make a move. They could still move off of.
So wait, if you look at this Magic roster now with Desmond Bane, are they better than the Knicks?
I think they got more depth, but I don't think they're better.
Okay.
I think they could take. I think now they could definitely take them because like they got way more depth than the Knicks right now, and you've seen that depth can just kill the Knicks. I mean, outside of the Knicks starters, they don't got nobody, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Orlando Magic can give them a run for their money, and the Cavs. First of all, I'm gonna be real. The Magic is gonna beat the Cavs if they ever face each other again in the playoffs. Magic is nice, bro. Like, what's wrong with the Grizzlies? Like, now you about to pay Jaren Jackson Jr. on this money. You still got Ja on this team. Like, they roster got worse.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like Jaren Jackson Jr. though, man.
Yeah, but you want to overpay for him? I think they talking about 300 million, 200 million, something like that. I'm not doing that.
I don't. But he hasn't really shown any kind of like. But you know, like he has to get the ball, man. I mean, there's certain scenarios where, like, if you go into the playoffs, like in half court sets, I just think that like they should run their offense through Jaren Jackson Jr., man. Like, and you know, he can overpower guys where Ja can't. You know,
hey Jonathan, come up here, bro.
Oh, let me get the link in for Jonathan over here, man. I mean, it's
he said, bro. First of all, you got to think, John. Desmond Bane outperforms Cam Johnson and Drew Holiday on a consistent basis, and Kristaps Porzingis. So nah, he's not. Those dudes that you're naming are not gonna go for that haul. Or maybe KD will.
He says, "Do I think Memphis wants to build around Jaren Jackson at the moment?" Well, at least, I mean, if Kentavious Caldwell Pope can actually hit threes, I guess they're looking more for like a guy who could spot up and not create as much. You know, like I don't know.
But then you're asking Ja to do more.
Well, I mean, if you're going to pay $300 million to Jaren Jackson Jr., man, like he has to step up, man. You know, I was watching
in the West. That's not enough.
Yeah, that's the
I had Memphis. I actually had Memphis heading into next season better than what they was now. I don't think they're gonna even make it out the play-in.
I think that the city got to move. I mean, that team got to move out of Memphis, man.
And go where?
Go to Vegas, maybe Seattle or something like that. Memphis is like, I don't know, man. It's just like,
I'm gonna be real, bro. I don't think you can win with a championship or even get deep into the playoffs with Josh. Like, I'm gonna be real, bro. Not the way
we got Jonathan. We got Jonathan up here, man.
Hey guys, yeah, I was surprised. Like, I don't think anybody was expecting the Magic and Memphis to pull this off. But 5 first-round picks, and think about this: one of the picks that Memphis got was the Sun.
Yeah, Jonathan, you're breaking up. All right, he'll be back. His phone actually.
Wait, Hoops, can you hear me?
I hear you now. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, listen, listen. That was. I think it's a bit of an overall, but I understand why the Magic did it. You know, given that Boston's going to be down this year, they want to capitalize on the opportunity. I think Apollo, Franz, and Desmond trio could be fun. How's their bench going to be? Because you just took a massive gamble to get a third piece in Desmond. What's your bench going to look like? I think that's what.
Yeah, but Desmond's not a gamble though. He could actually play. He could score, man. He can hit threes.
As a third piece, yes, but it's definitely a gamble though for the Magic. They have to be at least a top 5 playoff team this year to justify that big hole they gave up.
Well, remember now this season, the reason why they were so like, if you actually look at their percentage in threes, bro, their percentage is bad. Like, they can't shoot.
Right.
Like,
that's why they got Desmond, because he shoots 41% from 3.
Window.
Yeah.
No, I like his starting 5.
You realize
he's not just a spot up guy, man. I mean,
still have a good deep bench, bro. They only gave up 2 players, and those 2 players wasn't even performing at all. Like, Cole Anthony was giving you like 8 points. KCP was giving you like 9. They wasn't doing anything.
No, listen. Memphis, it worked out really good for them. I think for the Magic, I think the starting 5 looks really good. It's just how's your bench. It's just how that bench going to look the offseason. That's what the Magic have to figure out. But they definitely got their 3 guys to now build with. So that's interesting to see.
They got Anthony Black. They still got Jonathan Isaac. He's on the contract for like, I think 4 years. Then they got they're going to re-sign Mo Wagner. I don't think he's going to want to leave his brother, so he might take less.
Yeah, I think Magic are still going to make a lot of moves, but this was definitely a shocking way to kick off what Sham said is going to be one of the most craziest summers ever. So we didn't expect this. So what's going to happen next? It's going to be quite an interesting thing. But now you wonder with role guys, it seems like you thought the Mikal thing, it would end, but now you got another guy in Desmond getting Howard. So that's going to be interesting to see.
Yo, I ain't going to lie, bro. The Magic low-key type fleeced the Grizzlies, bro. How did the Grizzlies not get Jet Howard out of the deal?
Hey, they got that Suns 2026 first. So if they decide to blow things up, they have a pretty much a guaranteed lottery pick the following year. I think Memphis made out like bandits on that, on the draft capital side of it.
It's not the Wobby. It's not about thinking high of Bane. It's just that's what the Magic desperately needed. They needed a guy like Bane, so that's going to work out well for them.
You know, my boy, he has sent me something over here, man, about the Cooper Flag thing. And they're saying that there was some rumors out there. Hold on, where was it over here, man?
Y'all underrating the Magic, bro. Yeah, sure, the Grizzlies got better long term, but I mean, they're not gonna do nothing in the playoffs now.
One's really gonna get you going. Check this out. Someone on Twitter posted this, and it's gonna blow your mind. For reference, this post was made over a month ago before the Mavs won the draft lottery. League sources say NBA officials began nudging conversations between Dallas and LA as early as February 2024. But he goes on to say, here's the kicker. According to 2 insiders close to the Mavericks front office, Dallas didn't make that trade blindly. In private convos, the NBA allegedly assured them they'd be taken care of. Even the biggest conspiracy theorists in NBA history knew the fix was in this year. But wait, that's not it. It gets even crazier. We know how important LA and specifically the Lakers are to the success and ratings of the NBA. Well, peep this. Going all the way back to 2011, every time a franchise-changing star was traded to LA, the very next season, the team that traded the star was rewarded the #1 pick in the draft. And on top of that, all 3 of those drafts had a player that was a generational can't-miss prospect. Is that merely a coincidence, or is something else going on here? Now listen, I'm not really into conspiracies, but when you look at the NBA...
What y'all think about that, man?
Who the hell was that?
One of my boys, he had sent me that, man. It was off of Instagram.
I mean, it might be true, bro. I mean, they could have had conversations before the season. Yeah, before the prior season started.
I mean, there was definitely tinkering with the Dallas thing. I mean, what did Nico say? Defense was championships. You might as well say they were guaranteeing Cooper at that point. Like,
I think I can believe it. I believe it. I mean, they was hanging out during the summer.
Yeah, and with the Spurs thing, they want to capitalize Wemby's windows. They want to build around him as a European star. That's not. I understand why.
I don't know, man. I see. Only conspiracy I'm thinking is I was saying all this whole season that Cooper Flag cannot go to a team like Brooklyn, the Wizards, right? Because he's not ready to go out there and score 20 to 25 points per night, right? He's just not. I mean, there's still a couple of things he has to work on, in terms of his basketball game. He needs to go to a team like Dallas, right? Because they had hyped this kid up so much, right? Saying that he's a generational talent, which he's not a generational talent. He's not. There will be more Cooper Flags coming out in the next 5 to 7 years, man. There will be. So he had to go to a team like Dallas.
If Fears and Thomas backcourt can work.
So yeah, what's your take on this, though, Jonathan? This is Netcast over here.
Robbie is hating on Bane right now, bro. This is
well, from what I've heard is that Jeremiah Fears is at the top of the Nets draft board. He's kind of been in New York for almost a month now, and he's kind of learning the New York lingo. It seems like the Nets made a commitment that if he lands somehow around 8, that they would draft him. I think getting Fears would be great for the Nets. I think he's the second best point guard in this draft. He's definitely working on getting stronger. He's got 3-level scoring potential. Defensively, he has some things to work on there, but I think there's a lot of good potential and upside with him. Now, how does he pair with Thomas? I think he has the point guard. Thomas has the 2. That could be something fun. I don't know how long-term it is, but I think you'll definitely get something exciting from your backcourt, whereas it's not just going to be Thomas doing all the scoring anymore. So I think that would be some good upside for the Nets to work with that backcourt.
But you don't agree with this on the screen right here?
Exactly. JDJ, I was saying the same thing, man. Before you, I went over his whole scouting report, and
because I do agree with JDJ, bro. I think it's gonna be awful defensively.
That's why you gotta get a center in this draft. You need a big that can cover these guys.
A center is not gonna help you. First of all, your backcourt has to play defense, bro. What does the center have to do with that?
No, I agree with you totally. But if they want to try to magnify making this work a little bit, you got to get wings in this draft the best you can, the middle part of the portion. But you got to get a big definitely. We got to move off of Claxton. That's not working.
Yeah, and JP makes a good point because I forgot to even mention this.
Do y'all want to wait? My fault. Y'all want to give off of Claxton and Daron?
I would keep Daron if you could bring back cheap.
Power forwards and centers around the league. They're not really impact players, man. We can get. I think Malawatch is better than a Dayron Sharp, right?
Yeah, but he's not in our draft plans. Apparently, I've heard that Malawatch's not even in our draft plans. Unfortunately, I think they see him getting taken.
Well, if we drive, say if we do draft him at 8th, say if he goes 8th, y'all think he's better than Claxton and Dayron?
Malawatch, yeah, defensively he's really good. He really is. I think Dayron is a great rebound.
I don't know, bro. Dayron rebounds the ball well, bro. That's just such a.
But we need him to score. Yeah, he has to be able to like finish around the rim.
Yeah, I know. This is horrible.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Yeah, I mean,
what are you guys' thoughts on Noah Senga? You kind of saw a little bit we did international play. Do you think he has potential to maybe be a good 2-way wing?
Well, the last live stream I did about 11 days ago. I did a Noah Senga video on him, man. Yeah, y'all was saying he was the next Giannis, remember? You were saying that,
I didn't say he was the next Giannis. That was started by NBA media, man, not me. I didn't start that.
The Grizzlies got worse, right now. We talk, in the present
their
right
bench. DJ, if you saw Memphis's bench after that trade, the bench looks so bad. It's mostly guards off the bench. You got to make some moves.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
There's too many guards.
Anthony is straight buns, bro. He's buns. I don't know how he even got into the league.
This is what I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna trade one of JJ or John Moran, build around one of them, because they have to make another move. That can't be your bench.
But I agree with y'all in the comments though. Long term, yeah, they got better. Of course, they got a bunch of picks for him. I mean, yeah. But I think Memphis are worrying about long term right now, bro. They're worrying about building up this core for playoff success, bro.
No, Magic is definitely.
Wait. So do you actually do you guys agree with Netcast? I mean, is Cam Thomas in the actual plans if they do draft for Jeremiah Fears? Or what do you guys actually think about that?
They got to resign Thomas right now.
They're gonna resign him, yeah.
You got to resign Thomas because you need control of his contract, and you want to have the flexibility. If you get him under a market value deal, it benefits you long term with you ever decide to move off of him. So yeah, you got to resign Thomas this summer. If you draft Fears, you see what that backcourt can do.
Let me ask you,
but Cam doesn't even give off the type to even like leave. I don't know. He just don't seem like the type to just like leave though. And
where would he go? Where would he go though? DJ, we talked about this a million times. Nobody has the cap space to give him anything close to what he wants other than Brooklyn. So I feel like it's really in
what does
Brooklyn.
He want? Because I've been seeing a lot of people saying he wants this one. Has he actually said that?
He hasn't said what he wants. He said it'll be worked out. That's the last thing I heard. He said it'll be worked out. He believes
his mother. One of my coworkers knows his mother, and his mother would be happy. I'm not Cam Thomas, but his mom's really doesn't want Cam Thomas here. You know, she does not want to be in New York. They're from like the South and Virginia.
Yeah, they're from like small town, like.
Yeah. So, if Cam Thomas does leave, his moms would be really, really happy about that.
I remember when people in his inner circle was saying Miami would be a dream place. I was like, "What is Miami?"
They don't have a need for Miami. Doesn't have a need for Cam. It's hard to find a team that will take
I was like,
Cam.
Miami. I was like, bro, why would we? Because even Nets fans on Twitter was talking about, take him, trade him to Miami. I was like, bro, Pat Riley would have what's the name? And East Spo would have him on the bench, bro.
Well, you saw. Hold on, I wanted to point this out.
They hate guys like Cam over there, bro. They don't. If you don't play no defense, bro, you ain't getting on the court.
Yeah, you got to guard, man. You have to play D because, like I said, if you don't play defense,
that's why Terry Rozier got benched the whole season.
What's that?
That's why Terry Rozier got benched the whole season. It was horrible.
Yeah, because you gotta send help, man. You don't want to just give up easy layups. Yeah, they gotta actually send help, and that's gonna leave the type of coach wide open.
I want to coach like Eric Spoelstra or a Greg Popovich type, bro. I want a system like that.
DJ, do you think Miami's gonna make the ultimate bid to get KD right now, or do you think it's really down to Houston and the Spurs?
No, Miami don't have anything to offer.
Yeah, they would have depleted if they get KD right now. They have to give up Rozier, give up Wiggins,
Tyler Hero or Bam or somebody. So
they're gonna keep Bam here. They're gonna try to do a big three, but they're gonna have to give up a combination of Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic.
No, I'm not.
Hold on, Jonathan. Who's gonna pick up Mala Watch, man? Because
I think it's gonna be the Pelicans. They have. I think it's bro. Come on. I think it's the Pelicans because they need a big badly. They don't have a center. I know they have the Missy kid, but they need an actual starting big.
He's a second-year player now, so.
And I also think it could be Washington. Maybe they want another big to pair with Sarr, but I don't know. It could really go down to a few of those other teams.
And I mean, based on what I'm seeing from Malawatch, I mean, you can probably get him at 18, 20 something. Because just look at his skill set and what he's like. He's
not going to be drafted 18 to 20. He's the best big in this draft right now.
There's a couple teams that need bigs. I don't think he's going to go that low.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying based on his skill set. Like, he's not Jokic.
Now,
he's not Joel Embiid, right?
Now, if you want to talk about it,
he's a guy that's a pick and roll like finisher, man. I mean, and that's his main.
He's a better taco fall.
That's it.
Is that what you're trying to say? He's a better taco fall.
He's a what?
No, Malawak has way better footwork than Taco. Nah, Malawak has way better footwork than Taco. Nah.
Yeah, because like Memphis took Zach Edey like high last year, and I was like, "Hold on, man."
It was only the ninth, right? That was the ninth pick.
Yeah, so you can get Zach Edey in like the 25th pick. He wasn't ready yet, man. Like he's not. Yeah, I was like, why?
Zach Edey's gonna be one of them like late bloomers type.
It'll be interesting to see where Queen really goes in this draft. I don't know where he could go. He could go anywhere from I think now 10 to 15 right now. I think he really did bad on some of his combines. He did bad on some of his combines. Athletically, he didn't do well. I think he did bad on some defensive running drills. So I really think he fell a little bit outside of top 8 or top 10.
I don't know, JP. If you had a chance to try to get Ace Bailey, right?
They have Brandon Williams though, BK. Wait, it makes no sense for Hornets to get Ace when they already have Brandon Williams.
Brandon Williams plays the 2 guard though. He can play 2 guard or small forward, so it can work.
Maybe, but they do need a big. I hear that Mark Williams. They want to. You know what's funny? They said they want to trade Mark Williams for the same offer the Lakers are going to give them. Jonathan? They're not going to get the same offer for Williams due to his injury history, man. I think
draft. I like that. Charlotte, Ace Bailey, and Charlotte. Yeah.
Maybe, but
I don't like him in Philly like at all.
It doesn't fit, man. I really don't understand what Philly's doing. I think they're
Now
going
you're
to.
asking Paul George to play a power forward spot.
I think they're going to draft Edgecombe. I think Philly's drafting Edgecombe. DJ, you heard what they said about the management came to see Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey
another
flew
shooting
out.
guard?
Nah, I think he fits that backcourt that they want with Maxey and McCain right now. I don't think Ace fits with those guys, but I think Edgecombe can give him defense.
It fits unless you get off of Paul George and Joel.
Well, they gotta break that up. If
just Paul George, you could just get rid
So
of
all right. When I did my 2-part scouting report on Ace Bailey, right? Jonathan was calling me crazy. How did he fall to number 4? He was supposed to be like the number 3 pick. What happened, Jonathan?
I think it really came down to the measurements. Like when they found out he was 6'7", everybody was like, "Oh, this guy was 6'11". I'm like, "Oh, well, okay." Now some people are reneging on him. I wasn't high on Ace in the beginning.
So you just gonna say that just measurements, right? Okay.
No, BK, he needs development. He needs development. Remember, guys, I was the one who had him ranked 3rd between Cooper and Harper. I didn't have him as my top, and everybody was saying that he would be the breakout guy.
He's had a horrible season, bro.
He's got to work on a lot of different things. I think he's got scoring form, but he needs to get stronger physically. Defensively, could be a lot better. His offense needs to be unpredictable, less predictable. Like he's got those things to work on. But if you had a chance to trade up for a guy like that, you should want to take a chance, especially if your team doesn't have a lot of core pieces, right?
This is crazy. Like they really allow Philly to get the 3rd pick, bro.
Now, you know what would be crazy if Ace falls between Utah and the Wizards. Imagine the 2 teams that tank the most, and they somehow wind up with Ace Bailey just dropping in their lap. That would be crazy.
They're trying everything they can. So they're doing anything they can to help Philly, bro.
So the Nets. Wait, there was another article over here. The Nets are actually trying to trade up and get Coop the 2nd pick, but it doesn't look like the San Antonio Spurs are actually budging, man.
They're not. Everything I hear, they're keeping that pick. Everything I've heard, they're keeping that pick. I think the Nets would have to give a crazy offer to get Dylan Harper. They'd probably be like 4 picks, something like that. I don't think we can get Harper, unfortunately. I think we missed the boat on that. I will say this. The Spurs' 14th pick is up for grabs from everything I've heard. If the Nets can somehow put Cam Johnson, 2 late picks on the table, we might be able to get that 14th pick. That might be our best.
Wait, whoa.
I thought he said he wanted to trade up.
Yes, the 14th pick. That's trading up. We're going from potentially a 26, 27 spot.
You was like you wanted to trade Cam Johnson further up, not just 14th.
No, the way listen, do you agree with me that the way Cam Johnson because I was arguing with somebody in the comment section a couple of days ago.
He's over.
Didn't he play like an all-star caliber player? Am I bugging? Like he was doing everything. He was putting the ball on the floor. Cam Johnson.
This season? Yeah.
This past season.
I don't think all-star caliber.
Because he had to be a second or third option this year, BK, given how bad the roster was. We all understood that.
No, but he wasn't playing just like a spot-up shooter, man. Like he was
doing different things. He had his best. He had his best stats as creep. Let's remember this too. If he's on a contending team, let's say OKC, for example, he's likely a 4th or 5th guy. But here's what works in our favor. After this big Desmond Bane trade, I think Johnson's value has gone up to at least the Nets maybe getting a second lottery pick and a future 27, 28 pick for Johnson at this point.
You got to prove it on both teams, though, BK. You got to prove it on both teams. Like you got to be able to do that on good teams and bad teams.
Yeah, and I think the good thing is
he was still showing like he was doing everything. He was like catching and shooting, he was coming off screens, putting the ball on the floor. Like what makes you an all-star? Like to me, right?
You could honestly argue he probably was our best player. You can argue that. You can have an actual argument about that.
Yeah, and it wasn't like I saw a little spurts of it, in, like when he was with Phoenix, but it was consistent this past season, man. Like consistent. It wasn't just like a game here or games like 3 games, 4 games. I said, whoa. I said, where was this Cam Johnson at, man?
It was good for the first 3 months, but then the second half he kind of went back.
He was the best player.
They should have traded him. I'm still.
Cam got hurt, so I can see why he was the best. I mean, he was the best player. Cam got hurt. He didn't really play much.
DJ, do you think now the Nets could get 2 picks if they trade him to move up? Because now the fact that we have leverage now, it might work to our advantage now that we have the cap space.
Cam Johnson's not Bane. Bane was averaging like 22 points this season.
Hey, listen,
Cam Johnson was averaging like 19, and he didn't really play as much.
Okay. That's around the same.
I'll tell you this. I would be happy if we could move up in this draft, trading him for a second lottery pick and getting a future protected pick at this point.
Bane plays defense. Like, as short as his arms are, he actually plays good defense, bro.
Yeah, Johnson's mostly a spot up shooter.
He can move his feet and he'll take charges. Yeah.
We can all agree. Johnson's mostly
so strong. Like, he's just really strong.
Yeah, Johnson's mostly a spot up shooter, but we could also agree too at the end of the day, if a team really does value him, if the Nets can somehow get
I say one pick.
In Phoenix, the Phoenix Cam Johnson, would say, all right, give me the 14th pick. All right, I'll take that. The way Cam Johnson was playing this past season, I was
that was 3 good months. Let's remember, we have to remember this too. This is where it's come down to facts right now. He's going to be 30 next year. Yes, I think given the fact that Desmond Bane got traded for 5 picks means that other guys' trade values have gone up slightly. For Johnson being 30,
no, it doesn't, because those guys that you're talking about aren't Desmond Bane.
No, I'm not
doing what Desmond Bane.
I know, but DJ, we're talking about Cam Johnson. If you
let's be real, bro.
I think he's 28 years old. I don't think he's 30.
Bane, bro. Bane for the past 5-6 years has been balling, bro. So of course his value is going to be high.
No, listen, but for Cam Johnson right now, if we could come away with moving up in this draft, if we could move up a few
2 or 3.
No, but DJ, if we can move up in this draft and get another pick in this draft and get a future protected pick for Cam Johnson at this point, that's good value for Cam Johnson at this point.
Hold up. You can actually point to times in the playoffs where him and JJ outperformed John Morant in the playoffs, bro.
No, listen, I think Desmond Bane has been a good scorer. Now, can he do it by himself? Of course not. He's as well as being a third guy. He's mostly being a third guy. But I would say this for Cam Johnson right now. If you could come away with a pick in this draft and a future protected pick, that's the best value I think you could get for Cam Johnson at this point. You're not getting a Desmond Bane package, that's for sure. I know some people were busting balls about that. That's not happened. At this point, I was fine with 1, but given the fact, I think 2 is the best right now at this point because we have leverage now. Yeah. We have the cap space to work with. We have a chance to help give me to a team that wants to contend.
At the deadline, I could have sworn it was like 2 or 3.
No, there was 1. A lot of people offering 1, but now the stakes have changed.
I don't think it's going to go up 1. I don't think it's going to go up 1.
If we can move up in this draft,
a pick and a player, I think that's more realistic.
A pick and a player is fine. I'm fine with picking a player, but our best,
2 picks and a player.
Yeah, here's another thing.
What type of picks are we talking about?
Here's another thing. I'd be fine if we don't get another pick in this draft, maybe a 2026 pick and a future 2028 protected pick from a team for Cam Johnson.
We need more 2026 picks. First round 2026 picks.
Yeah, that's a good deal for the Nets with Cam Johnson.
In the 2026.
Yeah, if we don't get a second lottery pick, but we get a future 2026 pick for Johnson, I'm fine with that too. Like, we got to get either another pick in this draft.
I agree. Robbie is right though, BK. Cam Johnson was looking for the door, bro. That's why he played like that.
Yeah, he wanted out. Listen, this guy was saying a bunch of bullshit. Oh, I love it here. I'm ready to help this team win. No, you just want to.
You know, you can't believe no player who comes to Barclays and says they love you here, bro. Because they all leave. Like, they don't.
Well, he's 30. He's also 30 years old. He's not exactly a young spring chicken anymore. Like, he wants
29. He's just turned 29 years old.
About to be 30. Like, that's why you got to trade him now.
Listen, 30 years old. I mean, you're not like.
That's not old.
I'm not saying he's like MJ, but Michael Jordan was 30 years old winning championships, man. That's not old.
Yeah, that's Michael Jordan. This is Cam Johnson.
No, I mean, he still had his athleticism. It wasn't like he was Washington Wizards. Michael Jordan is what I'm trying to say, man. Like, he was off a cliff at 30 years old. He's still in the middle of your prime.
The age factor plays a small part. Look at Kevin Durant right now. He's likely going for a smaller haul than whatever we got for him because he's 37 and he's on a 1-year contract right now.
37 and he had a catastrophic injury, man.
Yo,
you comparing a 37-year-old to a 30-year-old.
Yeah, Jonathan, why do you talk about Cam Johnson as if he's old, bro?
No, but I'm trying to put perspective what people would want for Cam Johnson. At this point, if you come with 2 picks at this point, it's the best you can get because if Marks doesn't trade Cam Johnson, we're stuck getting maybe a pick in the future for him, which that's not really good value at that point. That's why you got to trade him this year. Like, it's the best chance to trade him.
First of all, the best chance was to trade him when his value was at his highest peak when he was balling in the season.
I agree. And DJ, you heard me saying
that's over with now, bro. The season is pretty much done.
Now we have the leverage. Now we have the $50 million of cap space because other teams need us to facilitate. So now if other teams want Cam Johnson, we can maybe negotiate getting a second pick somehow. Even if it's protected, we can negotiate that now because we have the ability to get them the player they want.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, do you guys actually think that San Antonio is willing to give up that second round pick for Cam Johnson?
What's second round pick? I'm talking about the 14th pick for Cam Johnson, not the second.
No, he said
pick.
14th.
Yeah, 14.
14th pick? The way he played? Nah. What are you talking about?
PK, Cam Johnson is not going to get you Dylan Harper, man. At least not by himself.
Well, listen.
Wait, hold on. You were the first one that you
14th
said
pick over here.
We could trade him for the second pick, though.
Hold on. The
I never
14th
said
pick over here is Asa
Yeah, like it
Newell
was one of
over
the
here,
streams.
man.
Like he could go for it. We could package up him and try.
All right,
to
hold on.
So,
hold on. Cam Johnson is better than this dude over here. This is the 14th pick right here, projected. You know, he's projected to be the 14th pick. So his NBA comparison is Drew Gooden.
What are you gonna get, bro?
No, he's saying the 14th pick. Like,
yeah,
John thinks that getting the 14th pick is great. I mean,
and listen,
Cam Johnson is better than the 14th pick.
Okay, there's some good
options. You want to trade though?
There's some good options around that middle bracket. Rasheed Fleming, the guy's got a 7'9" wingspan. He could be a good wing option for us. Derek Queen, he'll probably be around that bracket.
And NBA years, you're old. First of all, I don't even know if you can even call these players old because you got KD still balling now. You still got Steph balling now and LeBron. So
look at Rasheed Fleming, BK. This guy's
old,
a brick house of a prospect.
Struggles to create his own shot.
Cam Johnson can go for it, bro.
And here's another thing. Let's say we draft Noah Senge with our lottery pick. If we move up in this draft, we can get Yegor Demon with the 14th pick, get our point guard, and get our wing. There's different ways to navigate this.
BK don't want Yegor.
I know. I don't know what BK's what problem is. He loved Ben Simmons so much. This guy might be better than Ben Simmons.
I do agree with him, though. I mean, Yegor does his offense is horrible.
Yeah, he needs work on it, but you can't teach 6'8" height, and you can't teach playmaking ability.
If you don't have the offensive skill set to do anything with that,
but BK, you got to see him develop it under a coaching staff. You can't say, "Oh, this guy's offense will never develop" until he actually gets the right coaching staff.
I mean, Jonathan, when has our point guard spots have ever been developed?
Like I said, mostly like
that's a fair point, DJ. But let's remember, Jordy is the point guard whisperer, so maybe he can find something with Yegor Demon.
The point guard whisperer? If that was the truth, he would have turned Cam Thomas into a point guard.
I know. I'm surprised he didn't. But I understand why he didn't.
Why is this, bro? Why y'all be overhyping Jordy, bro? Like you
No. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying because Jordy was doing a lot with the point guard this year. That's why he had D'Lo on the team.
This how y'all get sold the Nets Kool-Aid, bro. Like y'all drink the Nets Kool-Aid. Y'all think
I'm not drinking no Kool-Aid. I pulled out Jordy
talking in practice and telling guys to run and all this other stuff. Y'all think he's a great coach? That don't mean nothing, bro.
All right, so let me say this real quick. I remember Killian Hayes, what he was doing in the G League, right?
Did you see our record?
And then he gets up into like the actual NBA, right? So, hold on, AP was good, man. No, I mean when Killian Hayes went down to the actual G League, right? He's getting like 24 points, 25 points. But then when he gets into
everybody doing that,
yeah, exactly.
So you can't be poo-pooing what I'm saying about Yegor, though.
BK, no, listen, BK, I understand Yegor needs developmental work, but he already has certain things that you look for that you want in a player. Right, and you know what? We have to see how he develops. He's a project, essentially.
But and I'm fine dealing with another Ben Simmons in at that point.
Nah, listen, Yegor Demon, I think he could be better because he
don't look either.
He has to be healthy. As long as Yegor's healthy and evolving his game, probably
you say hold on. You saying he could be better than Ben Simmons? Because Ben Simmons was like he was an all-star.
Nah, he's not.
Oh my gosh! Let's not reopen the past with that crap. I've already done this a million times.
Hold on, Jonathan. You actually opened up the door. You said it.
No. I shut that door multiple times in your face on that.
No.
We talking about peak. We talking about peak Ben Simmons right now.
Years?
Oh my gosh! Yes, BK. He had some good highlight moments, and then he crashed and burned. Man,
about his accolades.
Oh my gosh! The last time Ben Simmons was relevant, I think I graduated high school.
You honestly believe?
Yeah, listen, stop. I want to strangle you sometimes, man.
Yo, you ain't BK. So stop. You ain't.
Bro, he's not gonna answer your question, BK.
Okay, yes. He was good. Wait. The first 3 years, yes, he was defensive player and all that.
Ben Simmons had more upside. Ben Simmons had more upside and potential than him.
But it was only 3 years.
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't know.
Was that 3 years a Hall of Fame resume? Wait, DJ.
Yegor can reach that height, bro. How do you?
No, I think for us, Yegor score at all. I think for us, Yegor could be a good point guard project because we do need a point guard.
Season, bro.
Yeah, but we looking for somebody that could score too, man. Not only just pass. So
no, you gotta be. Listen, you gotta
be. You have to be an explosive scorer.
You have to be a really good scorer in order to be a good passer.
Again, you gotta let him develop, BK. You ready to write the kid off?
Really honestly, hold on. We're not Philly's development system, bro. We don't develop players like the
But anyway, I think we can get 2 first rounds for Cam Johnson.
Props, DJ. You don't want to say they have horrible.
Yes, you saw what they did with Maxey.
Oh my God. Yes, Maxey was good, but
Maxey, you said they developing not good.
Oh boy, who what's his name?
You talking about the gay dude?
McCain, bro.
McCain.
They just pick good players. They ain't develop. They ain't develop players like that. I give
Philly props for how they develop guards, bro.
They didn't develop Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons didn't want to develop.
No, they told me he doesn't have to score. Imagine telling a first round.
That was a coach. Hold on. Now you're lying. You're lying, bro. You're lying.
They said that.
Because there's only one basketball. You already had Joel Embiid.
Yeah, but if you're the number one pick, don't you want to improve your game? Wait. But if you're the number one,
what are y'all arguing? What are y'all arguing? Y'all arguing in circles right now.
I don't even want to argue.
Them niggas is not good. Period, man. We need somebody that can score, man.
Coach Brett Brown, bro. He said he doesn't want Ben Simmons to score, bro. That wasn't the development system, bro. That's why he got fired.
But why didn't Ben Simmons take it upon himself to actually say, screw what you're saying, I'm the number one pick, I'm going to improve my offense?
Because he was pampered. And then when he didn't get pampered, when Doc...
he was pampered. And BK, this is the Hall of Fame resume for Ben Simmons. Hold on. He got pampered.
BK, hear me out, bro. When that coach was there, I think it was Brett Brown.
Y'all niggas really arguing Ben Simmons? Why y'all arguing Ben Simmons?
I ended this months ago, AP. I ended this months ago with him.
Y'all arguing like Ben Simmons ain't nobody to argue with. I ain't gonna lie.
Really brought up he'll be better than Ben Simmons, bro. You said
I said Yegor Demon has the potential if he actually develops the offensive game, everything else comes together.
But we don't know that, Jonathan. We don't even know that. Like,
defense
like Anthony Bennett wasn't even.
I'm saying,
all right, Anthony Bennett wasn't better than Ben Simmons, so we don't know.
AP, we don't know. I want to give the kid a chance. BK, like always, right?
Yeah, but you can't say he could be Ben Simmons. You don't know what he could be.
Wait, I'm not. Hold on.
If I'm saying that Igor is the next Ricky Rubio, people take that as like I'm insulting him, but Ricky Rubio was a decent pro, right? Like
he was a good backup.
That's what
Gary came in here blowing guns already. That's what I'm talking.
But Gary,
I agree. I agree with you, Gary. I agree with you.
That good. No,
I'm just saying we don't know.
He's gonna be like an all-star guard. I think he's gonna have a career like Rubio.
He averages like 8 points with like 6 assists.
Yeah, but you could say the same thing about Carter Bryant right now. He's averaging 6 points right now, but could he maybe be a potential good prospect?
I can't. Y'all watch Ego. Can Ego drive to the rim? Is he good at that?
Well, again, the difference between
a little bit.
Okay. I just want to know. I can't have an opinion on him because I ain't watching play.
He don't do it often, so you don't even.
I would say that Yegor would be a good counterbalance to Thomas because he could set Thomas up for a lot of his buckets, and he's got the height factor, and he can find other players. We have to see how it develops. That's the question mark. That is Yegor's biggest question mark.
You really trust this development system over here in Brooklyn, don't you?
Can I ask Gary a question?
What do you mean we have to?
Gary, can I ask you a question?
Boneheaded dumb coaches we got over here, bro.
What you think we could get for Cam Johnson now since the Bane train happened?
I think 2 1s is reasonable. Like Sean Marks might be holding out for the right thing. Like I think you can get, but I just don't know who it's coming from now. Like.
You don't think it's the Spurs, like the Spurs?
I still see
the 14th pick.
I still see that 14th pick
and a future pick swap, or
maybe
they really went from the 2nd pick to the
maybe. I mean, it doesn't look like San Antonio is going to trade for KD now.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
But why would they want to draft Dylan Harper? That's too many guards, bro.
I think
they're gonna try to use the two of them together.
Well, because I don't know if they want to pay. I don't know if they want to.
First of all,
I would.
But BK, their whole roster is filled.
I would trade Castle and keep the pick. I would trade
but they both tall guards though. They not short guards. So Castle is like 6'6", and Harper is like what 6'5".
6'6". Fox is 6'3". Then you got Vassell. He's 6'4", 6'5". Nah, bro, that's not.
Well, you gotta pay De'Aaron Fox. And that's the thing is he worth $212 million.
No, he's not.
They're not gonna pay him that.
No, I mean that's what he's asking for. That's what he's going for.
It doesn't matter what he's asking for. I mean he's not even the same type of player.
So they're gonna trade Fox eventually, you guys think?
And then you gotta look at the timeline. Like the timeline
eventually.
Better with
how old is Fox? Fox is young. Fox is like 27.
Fox was like 27.
Nah. I wouldn't even say they're out of the KD running. I really think it's down between the Rockets and the Spurs right now. It really is down to the Texas teams. Like,
hold on. AP and Gary is kind of agreeing with me. You can actually get more for Cam Johnson, Jonathan. You're saying the 14
2 picks. Wait, BK. I say 2 picks.
Though, BK. I said 2 picks, but not the second pick. Not the second pick though. We could get 14 in the future.
When he first came up here,
you're not getting 2.
Listen, a great outcome would be a second lottery pick and a future protected pick for Cam Johnson at this point. I'll take that. That's great value at this point for Cam Johnson.
I got you, bro. Don't worry about it. BK kind of cap, bro.
He always does. He always does.
1 lottery pick and 1 lottery protected pick. Yeah, I would.
That's great.
You know
what it is, DJ? Remember a few months ago, Gary said Cam Johnson next Giannis. Now he's trying to say that I'm overvaluing Cam Johnson. Like, come on, stop, BK.
I mean, you was saying the second pick. I remember that, bro.
Yeah,
I'd rather keep if it's for the 14th pick. I'd rather keep Cam Johnson, man.
No, it's not gonna be only for the 14th though. It's gonna be like for future draft.
BK, you want to keep Cam Johnson, who's 32, and give him a new contract? BK, is that what you're really saying?
His game is not just predicated on like just straight athleticism.
Nah, you gotta trade him, man. His value is the highest right now, and plus he don't fit our timeline.
Right, BK.
Y'all guys want to be the Washington Wizards, man.
How are the Washington Wizards getting rid of Cam Johnson? What is your obsession? Wait, BK, what is your obsession with Cam Johnson?
Jonathan, I got him right here. First of all, this is where you're wrong at. The Wizards actually have a built-up young core right now, bro. They have
a better young core than we do. They have a better young core than we do.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Y'all guys,
the organization still sucks, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Hold on.
Timeline, and then we don't have a young core.
Y'all guys want to be the Portland Trailblazers. That's the thing. All right.
What is your obsession?
What are you talking about?
Wait, BK.
Yo, just don't say nothing. Like, just don't.
Hold on. Yo, just how y'all know y'all don't watch basketball, bro. Portland almost made the play-in, bro. What are you talking about, BK?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, BK.
BK, what is your obsession with?
They just extended Chauncey Billups.
What is your obsession, BK? Like,
Chauncey Billups got to get. Well, they in the West, so I mean, it's not really Chauncey's fault.
Yo, first of all, Cam Johnson doesn't fit our timeline. I don't know why you keep wanting him to stay.
Like, come on.
Hold on, you named Portland. BK, can you tell me Portland's young core right now? Do you know their young core? That young core is good.
You know what it is, Gary? You know what it is? The way you talk about Cam Johnson, he sees Cam Johnson as a second star to get a start. Like, what?
They got 3 switchable. Hold on. They got 3 switchable. I ain't gonna lie.
He also does it just to take the other side of the coin. He knows that Cam Johnson's not a borderline all-star player. He gets it. He just likes to argue the other side. It's fine.
He like to play. Nah, you do. You like to play. Hold on. You like to play devil advocate, bro. You do that all the time, bro.
Gary got you there, BK. Gary got you there.
Gary, right?
That's a bad thing. Someone's got to do it.
Wait, so
no,
Gary,
what I'm saying is you guys are looking at Cam Johnson from his Phoenix days.
No, we're not. No, listen. Yo, look, we're looking at Cam Johnson. We have to get, first of all, before his contract run up, we have to trade him before his value go down. Why would you not want to trade him?
But why would his value go down?
Because there's a possibility he might get hurt. He's getting older, and his contract gonna run out.
Bro, he's
so
no,
listen. His contract could run out, and then his trade value go down. We gonna trade him with 1 year left on his contract? No.
My gosh.
BK, do you not want a young core?
What's that?
Do you not want a young core?
No, he wants winning players. Remember, BK wants winning players now.
Even Houston had to get. Even Houston had to get veterans, man. Then they started turning things around, man.
What? One or two?
So
only had
young.
When you talk about veterans, right?
This is players.
They only had two young. They only had two veterans.
Young players, then we can get some veterans.
We just started our rebuild, bro. We just got some of our draft.
What's it? And Gary, can you read to BK the list of this roster that Cam Johnson was number one option for? Read some names to him to refresh his brain.
Yeah.
Read some names.
That roster you talking about?
Yeah, this current roster this year that Cam Johnson was the number one option.
We had two ways in
Yeah,
we had two. Cam Thomas is not going to count because he played 20 games. Yeah, he had Johnson. He had Tyrese.
But one thing, wait. I remember them. Hold on. I remember them winning a lot of games, and you guys.
Oh my God!
No.
You know why? They would take.
They won a lot of games because we have a good coach. That's why. We have a good coach.
I don't know about all that.
We don't need. We do have a good coach. I ain't saying we do have a good coach. If you say, first of all, he's better than Jock Vaughn. Like, if y'all don't think that, then y'all must.
Half of the small wins Brooklyn got was because half the league was tanking. BK, do you remember that? You remember after you put out crappy rosters against us?
And did you see our crappy record?
Oh my gosh!
We beat the Rockets. We beat the Rockets twice. Listen,
BK's favorite team. BK, did you say the Rockets are going to win this year? BK said the Rockets
because BK said the Rockets were going to win the championship.
They were going to the finals.
They didn't even make it.
They didn't make out the first round.
Hold on. And we've seen the 2016, 2017, 2018 Warriors lose to bad teams before. So what are you talking about?
Once again, do you understand the narrative?
That don't mean nothing. Regular season really.
All right, listen. It don't mean nothing to you. We talking to BK.
Nah, DJ's right about that,
bro. It don't mean nothing.
DJ's right about that.
All right, listen. Once again, we're not talking about it doesn't mean that. We just talking about how overrated BK rated the Rockets. So we talking about something totally different. All right, but hold on. We talking to BK.
They're very good. It's just they're a year away. I don't think.
Yeah, they went to Game 7 and the first two games.
I think they're a year away. Maybe if they get KD, then yeah. If they get KD or somebody like that,
hold on. If Fred VanVleet wasn't shooting 20% from the 3-point line, maybe
he had a good series.
No, stop.
First two games, he was shooting 20% from 3.
His efficiency was bad. What he's talking about.
I mean, what else do y'all want though? Jalen Green was horrible that series.
I ain't gonna lie. People was hyping up Fred VanVleet as if he was like the best efficient player, bro. He was
but he better than Jalen Green. That was sad,
bro. Did you see this man went 6-19? They talk about that's good, bro. That was horrible, bro.
Horrible, man. That's horrible.
All right, so can y'all pull up Jalen Green's number? What's his number?
Oh, his numbers were horrible. He had four single digit averages.
He averaged. What we saying, bro? They all blamed it on Jalen Green. It wasn't just Jalen Green. You had Fred VanVleet, who was
we know.
Shangoon was shooting 20% from the 3-point line.
Only reason we blaming Jalen Green because of BK. BK was hyping him up like he the next Anthony Edwards.
Like the whole series, bro.
No, that was Amon Thompson. AP. That was Amon Thompson. Remember, he said Amon Thompson would be the number one option most nights.
Yeah, he said.
I mean, listen, that game 5 and 6, bro, he was balling.
No, I'll give it to DJ. Game 5 and 6, he was. I'll give it to DJ on that one. Game 5 and 6.
We are talking about
the first 2 games, he was bad. The first 2, he was bad.
Oh yeah. I'm not even talking about Ahmed Thompson. I'm talking about Jalen Green.
Let me get Gary's take on the actual topic of the show over here, man. So, what do you think about this topic? The Netcast is saying that Trey Johnson and Cam Thomas backcourt is not going to really work, though, man. Hold on, let me pull up the actual.
Wasn't it Jeremiah Fears? Wasn't it Fears?
I thought.
It was.
I'm sorry, Jeremiah Fears. I'm looking out. Jeremiah Fears.
Yeah, Trey Johnson is a 2 guard who can only score. Cam Thomas is a 2 guard who can only score.
No, I'm talking about Trey. Jeremiah Fears. I'm sorry, it was Jeremiah Fears.
I'm not even trying to. I like Cam Thomas. I'm just like realistic on him. Cam Thomas is not going to be here long term, right? Like Fears is potentially an all-star point guard. I really think that, right? What? So if that means that Cam Thomas has to
go, my bad. Go ahead, Gary. Go ahead.
If that means Cam Thomas has to go, then Cam Thomas I don't want him to go, but like Cam Thomas is very limited in what he does. He does one thing, he scores, and he does it really well. And I think he's a really underrated scorer. I think he is a premier scorer, but it's not enough. Like you don't see anyone playing in the finals that can't play defense, can't play make, can only do one thing. Those guys aren't playing this late in the season. So if you want to get there,
I would say the backup point guard.
AP and Gary, so they're saying over here, Brooklyn Netcast, if they're playing Jeremiah Fears, it must mean they're not clearly investing long term into Cam Thomas. So what do you guys
like? Like, look, I don't think they're fully. Like, I think that's half right. I don't think they're fully invested in Cam Thomas, but Cam Thomas is a 2, and Fears is a pure point guard who can score.
Well, he's
I don't know about all that.
He's not a pass for his point guard.
They used to say the same thing about Stephon Marbury. No, Stephon Marbury was a pass-first point guard who could score 30. Jeremiah Fears is yes, he was. Go watch him.
Oh my gosh, BK, stop.
Who could drop 30? Fears is
but Fears is not doing that because like he can't shoot.
We don't know what Fears can do.
Fears can shoot.
He can't do it.
He's got to work on
28 classified. He's supposed to be in high school right now.
Hold up, Fears shot 28%. What are you talking about? He can shoot.
I get it. I get it.
Got to work on his game more, but he's got the potential.
That don't mean nothing,
bro. Hold on, Gary. He just lied. He said he can shoot.
I didn't say he can shoot. I said he
was I'm talking about Jonathan.
Do you see what he did with Oklahoma? Did you watch what he did in Oklahoma?
Bro, y'all don't know. He's talking about one game.
That's one of the things of
multiple games. You see what he did for OKC over there?
So y'all think we trade up? Do y'all think we trade up, or y'all think we stay the same? Or y'all think we just trade Cam Johnson?
I've seen teams try to trade up in the past. It doesn't really work out, man.
I don't want Fears, bro. I'm confident Fears is going to go 8. I really am.
I think it's
I think we're gonna trade Cam Johnson and get a pick from him.
Well, we need a point guard.
I don't think we're gonna trade
anything. So
we definitely need a point guard. That's for sure. Definitely a point guard.
Because D'Lo ain't cutting it. We don't need to bring him back.
I don't. Yeah, I know. I remember Gary podcast.
I'd rather have Malcolm Brogdon.
At least D'Lo could shoot, right? I mean,
I'm just annoyed. Yeah. Last year he was just jacking up shots. Like I ain't gonna lie, man.
Here's a question: Do you see the Nets drafting 2 point guards in this draft, potentially having one start and one be a backup?
Yes, I think they draft one in the second. I think they draft one in the second round.
I think
with the second round pick.
They're gonna take
Yegor's gonna go low. I think
They're gonna take the big Chinese guy.
The Chinese guy, you think so? They're gonna stash him, right?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you think, Gary?
How old is he?
Gary, what about Danny Wolf? Do you think he could be a big? Danny Wolf, do you think Danny Wolf could be a big option for us?
7'1", something like that?
Hanson Yang he's 19.
How tall is Danny Wolf?
7 foot.
He's a 7 footer. He's a 7 footer.
Could he be a center, Gary, though, or is he strictly a forward?
Nah, he's a center.
I would say he's a center.
No, but
I think we re-signed it. Sharp. I think we re-signed it Sharp. So I don't
need to bring back Sharp or Claxton.
Yeah, you can let them both. You trade one and let the other go.
I think Sharp gonna come back on a decent deal. Now we're gonna let. First of all, we got a lot of people gonna let walk. So
what is the point of even signing him back? Just let him walk.
No, Sharp did better this season than most of his seasons.
Bro, he's
getting better.
He don't have no trade. Nobody's trading for him.
But he's only 23 though.
That don't matter. I mean, you've seen plenty of 23-year-olds that don't have no trade value.
I think the Nets would have to sign.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to get better.
I think the Nets have to get better. That's what I think. If the Nets don't re-sign J-Rod, they have to sign and trade him. Well, DJ, if they don't re-sign him, they have to sign and trade him for something because he's a restricted free agent. So you have to get something back.
I don't care what we're doing. Don't bring him back and don't bring Claxton back, bro.
The Nets could get 2 bigs too.
I mean, locked up for 3 more years. Like, you
better get. I'm saying you could trade. You could find a trade for Claxton, but Dayron, I don't care what we do with Dayron.
Did you guys hear the rumors that
you can't? We're gonna bring back either or though.
Wait, did you guys hear the rumors that the Nets?
We should even be bringing back both.
Did you guys hear the rumors that the Nets are involved in the KD trade? That Claxton might go to the Suns and might get other assets.
That's That's not our room. Somebody made that up. The Suns don't got enough assets for us.
You want to keep Dayron? Like if we could get a big in this draft,
I'll keep Dayron if we can trade Claxton.
Yeah,
but if we get a big in this draft, what's the point of keeping Dayron?
Backup center, backup five.
But we could potentially get a backup center too, though. We can get two.
We could get 2 bigs. We get 2 point guards.
But we might end up.
The guy you draft in the second round isn't going to be.
He's gonna be in. Yeah, he's not gonna be in the. He's gonna be in G League and all that.
You hate Dayron for no reason.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I liked Dayron. Hold up, I was the biggest Dayron fan up here, bro.
Nah, it's me. It's me that doesn't like Dayron. Now DJ supported Dayron.
No, you don't like. No, hold up. You don't like Claxton. What you mean you don't like Dayron?
I don't like Dayron either.
He hates.
No, BK didn't like Dayron. BK didn't like neither. Yeah, from like the start. Hold up. I was a Dayron and Claxton fan from the start. I just started getting off of them. I don't
understand why you don't like him. I mean, as a backup center, I'm not saying he's going to be a starting center. As a backup center, why is Dayron no good?
Undecided.
Yeah, for a cheap contract.
We could get somebody better though. Like
one of Dayron's biggest problems.
Isn't Danny Wolf better than Dayron?
Yes.
Right?
But we don't know that. We don't know that.
Wait, you know what Dayron's biggest problem is? His dribble game was really horrible this year. Like, did you guys see the Butterfinger plays where he couldn't dribble the ball for more than 2 seconds?
Defensive analytics love Dayron Sharp, by the way.
Rebounding, he's excellent. He might be the
but all right, you got to do more than that. You got to be able to put the ball in the
I agree. He's got to do a little more.
Hold on. But Gary, Dayron, the thing about it is now we have to have a center that can actually have some type of offensive skill set. He don't have none.
You're not going to be able to win without. You have to have skilled bigs. You have to have. And he's not a skilled big.
I'd be happy with Sorber. I'd be happy with Sorber, man. That'd be a good pickup for us.
Who's that?
Yeah. Okay.
Thomas Sorber from Georgia. Thomas Sorber from Georgia.
Let's see. Because you were telling me, Jonathan, about Rasheed Fleming, and he's another
he's good. Fleming's good.
Yeah, but he's a project.
I thought he was a.
Wait, what did you say about Rasheed?
He's a project.
He's got a 7'10" wingspan with 40% 3-point shooting.
7'10" wingspan.
What is the
7'9", something like that? They said.
What are y'all talking about when y'all talking about height and this and the wingspan, bro? We've seen players with wingspans.
You need bigger players, DJ. Come on, you need bigger, DJ. You need bigger players. Brooklyn's biggest problem is we are a small roster right now. We got to get bigger in this draft.
Yeah, but you have to have skill combined.
We know skill, BK. These guys have skill set.
Wait, what was that? Hold on, what was that play? What was that play I was telling me about? What was his name?
Claxton has a really long wingspan.
Which player?
The one I was just mentioning.
Thomas Sorber.
Okay, let me see if I can find him here.
Jonathan, what does Claxton do with his wingspan?
Okay, here I got him. Right
I don't know what Claxton's was. The guy got cooked by Bismarck Biombo, man. That was it for me.
Come on, guys. That guy's a killer.
Bismarck wasn't even on a team until like the mid end of the season.
Gary, come on, you're killing me over here, man. His NBA comparison is Roy Hibbert and Vin Baker.
My gosh, why do you take the comparisons like they're a death deal? Come on.
I mean, they do be getting a lot of them, right?
Was Thomas Sorber not a good pro for like 10 years? Was Roy Hibbert not a good pro for like 10 years?
Is Roy Hibbert playable in today's NBA?
Oh my!
And Vin Baker, come on, man!
BK,
all-star. Like nobody's good unless you're Hakeem Olajuwon. You're no good. Like
no.
All right, so Sorber lacks elite vertical athleticism. He's not an explosive leaper, which can limit his ability to finish above the rim in traffic or contest at the highest point against more athletic bigs. His lack of run, jump, athleticism limits his effectiveness in transition when he's below average, leading to blocks and missed shots around the rim. Come on, man. Like they have
he can rebound and he has a mid-range shot to his game. He actually has little intangibles. You didn't talk about any of his strengths. What is up with you?
He wants to.
Yeah, Jawabi said, "What else does Spears do?"
This about him. He wants to argue.
I know, but Gary, he's lying to the public. You got to give the strengths too.
Sorber's not a terrific athlete. He's not a great athlete, so he's only looking at the negative. Read his pros. What's he good at? Read his pros.
Well, so in basketball, you think they just going to go to your strength?
Oh my God!
They're going to look at your scouting report. Hold on. They're going. So all right. he shoots 16% for the 3-point line. Are you going to play up on him?
Read his pros, bro.
He's not a 3-point shooter.
BK, read the pros, bro.
Oh Lord! But they're going to take the pros away. If I'm good at driving to my right hand, and if I can't go to my left,
DJ, do you hear this, DJ?
He would
flushing toilet.
He would look at LeBron James' scouting report and say he's not a good free throw shooter, and he can only go left. He's no good.
No, I said when I play basketball, right, and I'm good at going to my right hand, and I can't go to my left hand, what is defenses going to do to me? They're going to force me to my left hand. So it doesn't matter what strength I actually really have.
Just make him go right? Just make LeBron go right. You can shut him down. It's that easy, right, BK? Just make LeBron go right. Shut him down.
Right.
What are you talking about?
It's not that easy. Like these
That's
guys
what the scouting report says.
Oh yeah, so how come? Wait. What's the point that you're actually trying to make?
It's not easy on great. It's not easy on great players.
It's not easy to just shut down people's strengths at this level. Like you make it sound like
you're
playing little.
I mean, they did it to Julius Randle for the longest.
BK, why don't you just make LeBron James go right, and then you can shut him down? Just take away his left and make him go right. It's that easy, right?
LeBron can actually post. Hold on. LeBron can actually post you up, Gary. He can overpower you.
He can.
I mean, he can go to either or now, though, Gary.
Not really. His strength's going to his left. Like you can look at the stats. When he dribbles to his right, he shoots like 30% on jump shots. Just make him go right. Right? It's that easy. Just
all right. What about Randall? I mean, do you think it's easy for Randall? Because I feel like that's what they did in the playoffs, bro. They targeted him.
You think it's easy, like these players, like you think it's
I'm
easy
saying
just
I'm
to
not
take
saying
away
I'm
their
not
strength
saying
and just
I'm not
to
saying
disarm them. It's not.
I'm saying
good
it's not easy
do.
against like great players like Steph, KD, LeBron, but I think it's easier for like the lower end players like Julius Randle or something.
Yeah.
Well, BK doesn't get his players a judge.
Julius Randle's averaged 20 points a game for years in the NBA. It's not that easy.
No,
we're not saying that. But when it gets come playoff time, I mean, he does get exposed, bro.
He does.
He got exposed in the finals. Sure. Yeah. Remember, he had two mismatches the first two series. I'm
not a Julius Randle fan, but you guys talk about like Julius Randle is Anthony Bennett. Like Julius Randle's like a 3-time All-Star, whatever he is. Like he's had a good career.
No, nobody's talking about Julius Randle. You brought him up. We're talking about Thomas Sobel over here.
The same conversation. DJ brought him up, but I responded.
I brought him up because I said Randle.
Yeah, DJ. Oh my gosh, BK, chill, BK. It's all good, BK. It's all good.
BK, we in the same conversation here?
I was just asking the question if Gary felt the same way about.
First of all, let's get back to what BK is trying to dodge the question. What are the guys' pros, BK? Read the pros.
No, they're just going to shut all of them down. They're only going to expose his weaknesses.
I mean, they
don't work on their Gary. Remember, they don't work on their basketball game. It's just the same thing like in college.
You can just make LeBron go left and just make.
But if you're a good defender, it's easier.
Mid-range jump shots, you'll be fine. It's easy. It's easy to shut down Bron.
No, it's not easy.
Well, how come Bron? What happened with Bron this year then?
Allen Iverson can only play with one hand. Shut him down. That's easy. It's not as easy as you make it, bro.
So how come Iverson only got to the finals one time then?
Yeah, he's the
he didn't have a team, bro. What are you talking about?
DJ, can you please educate BK? DJ,
it's easy. Shutting down Iverson's easy.
Hold on, I know, I'm young, but bro, Iverson didn't have no team, bro.
But he went up against like Shaquille O'Neal. That's really more or less the problem.
He had a team that started 35-year-old Dikembe Mutombo, Aaron McKee, Eric Snow, and Tyrone Hill.
I want to trade.
I want to trade. It was the
greatest
thing
bro.
you'd ever seen.
I want up out of there.
And that tells you how bad the league was back then.
No,
because
it tells
you how badly
if you put that same team in today's NBA.
BK, come on, bro. That's just how bad, how poorly they built around Iverson, bro.
Right.
No, if that team can actually go around, go to the final.
It's not easy to build around Iverson.
That's because Iverson carried them there, bro.
It's not easy. It's not easy to build around Iverson.
Bro, all they did was play defense and nothing else. Nothing else, bro.
Because look, back in the day, you used to score 80 points a game. Iverson's got 37 of those. So it's like, let Iverson go for 40 and then try to get a bunch of putbacks. Like that's the offense.
All right, so Thomas
Iverson's never had good teams
sober
in his
career.
career. I'm not gonna lie.
Comparison, Vin Baker. I like Vin Baker, man. I was a Vin Baker fan back in the day, man.
Nah, you was a Roy Hibbert fan.
Roy Hibbert. So 14.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists as a freshman in Georgetown. Shot 57% from the field, showing excellent time. So we just got to see if this stuff, like from an offensive perspective, can transfer into the actual league over here, man.
Why don't they compare him to Brook Lopez? Like, I think that's a decent comp. Why don't they say that?
Well, Brook Lopez averaging like 20-something points a game, though, man.
Yeah, it's prime.
I think Sorber could be a double combo big. He could play the 4 and the 5 situationally.
What about the Brook Lopez now? You think he plays like him now?
Nah, they have him as a role player.
He played like Brook Lopez in 2009 when the Nets drafted Brook Lopez.
Nah, I don't think so.
Nah, if Sorber could start hitting threes, then maybe we could bring up the Lopez.
Yeah, Lopez didn't shoot threes early in his career.
John. Right. He didn't, but I'm just saying, like
mid-range shots, like Sorber shoots mid-range shots,
right? But like if he ever does start hitting threes, then you could bring up the Lopez thing. Is what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying Lopez.
So we'll see. I mean, like I said, you never know with these guys, man. And they'll work on their games, and but right now, I guess
a lot of them won't.
It's not that bad. I mean,
there's gonna be a few that won't work on them games.
If we can move the draft to get a Sorber and you get Fears, I think it's a good start to your draft night. Like, you got to address these areas of need for the team. We have a lot of them.
Hey, Chad, I think Zion about to be the next one to get off and move.
Who wants Zion, man? Like, his reputation is just so damaged right now, man.
I
Zion.
think Philly gonna trade Paul George.
For what? Oh, nobody wants that guy either, man.
Not Bradley Beal.
Man, these scouts.
Bradley Beal. Oh my gosh, that would be so bad. I give you my shit for your shit.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Paul George I think he'll perform better than what Bradley Beal did in Phoenix.
Wait, Gary, Gary,
Paul George last year? It was bad, man. It was bad.
No, I did. Hey, Gary, I'm the one that said Philly wasn't gonna make the playoffs. So.
Gary, what were your thoughts of the Desmond Bane hold? Do you feel like Memphis made like bandits, or did Magic make a key move to capitalize on Boston potentially breaking up their core? Where do you stand on that?
I like that Magic roster, bro.
The Magic's an overpay. Yeah, we'll see. Like they gave up too much for Desmond Bane, but if that's the piece they feel they need. They better make it.
They definitely needed it, Gary. They definitely.
Gary, they gave up the Suns 2026.
Gary, you know how bad of a shooting team they were, bro. They didn't have no shooters, bro.
Listen, Magic definitely took a big swing. Gary, they gave up the Suns 2026 first to get Desmond Bane. That's basically a lottery pick. Memphis could have if they break things up this year.
Yeah, I don't agree with the picks, but. What are the Grizzlies gonna do now? I mean, they won long term.
They gotta trade. They gotta either trade Jackson or Jackson or Ja. They're gonna trade one of them.
I hear they're leaning towards keeping JJ. Man, I think Morant might be the right guy out.
I think John needs to go to the East, bro.
Morant?
Bring him into Brooklyn.
Yeah, I don't think he can win anything.
What do we got? What can we trade him?
Oh nah.
We got.
We don't got nothing, Brooklyn. Gary. We don't got nothing.
The thing is,
Cam Thomas and Cam Johnson.
Oh, I'm hanging up the phone.
If we get Ja, that means Claxton staying, man. We willing to keep Claxton to get Ja. I don't know, man. Oh, Enzyme, the Ja Taraj. I call it the Ja Taraj.
And then we'll trade. We'll keep him for a year to make
I kind of like Ja
and then we'll
Boston,
trade
though. Him with Jaden.
Okay, that works. That works. If you get the star and then trade Claxton for something, that works too, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think Marks will go that route. I don't think.
Ja and either Boston or Miami. I like that.
Ja in Boston, that would be crazy.
He needs like if he goes he needs a coach like Eric Spoelstra. Somebody's not going to take his bullshit.
So I'm looking at the Thomas Sobra highlights. Yeah, he really.
Ja just needs a disciplined team, like someone that's not going to like allow him to do whatever he wants.
Well, Ja wants a team where he can run the offense. That's why he might not like Memphis. They changed up his whole offensive style. He doesn't even run half the offense anymore that he used to.
Well, now it's going to be a lot of pressure on Ja. He's going to do a lot.
But I would say this.
Yeah. So, Gary, he got to lose some weight, though. I think he's like 260-something pounds. I think he needs to get to like 250.
That's not bad. He can shave down a little bit, but that's a good way to be at right now.
You know what? Forget the 8th pick and forget all these draft picks. Let's go get Zion and Ja.
No Zion. Maybe Ja, but I'm not on Zion. I'm not on Zion.
Let's do it.
It'll definitely make the team more interesting to talk about, man. Because
two high flyers, bro.
Well, here's the thing. Will Jordy let Ja run the offense that he wants to run while respecting him?
Chat, we get Ja and Zion. Hey, we win the championship.
No, I don't know about that, man. Especially the way, like, if you look at Indiana, the way they actually played, the way they play, I don't know.
Who you guys got tomorrow in OKC? OKC or Indiana?
I got Indiana. I got Indiana.
I want to say Indiana, but I think OKC, man. If they play with confidence, they might be able to win tomorrow. But I want Indiana.
But I don't want to see a flopper win a championship, bro.
They should have won that last game. The Pacers were playing such a hard, gritty game.
They
just dropped it at the end, man.
You saw they put up all the free throws that Shea's been making, all the foul baiting he's been doing, bro. That is horrible.
Did you see what he did at that last bucket shot? He actually punched one of the Pacers players to take a setback shot. I'm like, that's an offensive foul.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I play like that all the time.
BK, you're going to punch me in the gut and take a jump shot?
I do it all the time. When I play basketball, I do it all the time.
So you telling me you do a push-off, step-back travel into a jump?
No, I don't push. I don't do a step-back travel, but I'll do a push-off to get some separation.
He took like 7 steps.
Especially when I play my son.
That's funny.
He gets mad, but I'm like, hey.
Bro, and his pivot foot always moves, bro. You know how much traveling he'd be doing?
Yeah.
But they don't call that no more. That's done. They don't call it travel no more.
All right, what about the foul baiting, bro? The flopping he be doing. Nobody touches him.
I'm not defending. I'm just saying the moving your
pivot
foot thing,
bro.
They don't call it no more. Like
bro, he be falling on the ground like a hoe.
The biggest X factor for OKC has been Caruso, man. Every time he plays, he just gives them that defensive energy they need to get back into the game. Like OKC hasn't played the best basketball,
Shea, bro. Like, how can you respect him and say that you actually like basketball? There's no way you actually respect basketball and you like Shea. There's no way.
Well, we talking about foul baiting, right? I can't stand that shit, man.
Yeah, bro. Like okay, James Harden, okay, cool, but it's bro. Nobody is near Shea when he's falling, bro. It's like, what is this, bro? Like, why are you falling on the ground when nobody is near you?
He picked up some lessons from Harden.
I'm surprised they call it that because, like, usually
with himself, bro. He really
like
allowed this man to go.
When it comes to the finals, they kind of like swallow the whistles. They usually don't get those type of calls.
That's crazy, BK. That's not going down back then, bro.
Oh man,
I can't.
This league is soft, bro. That's why I'm not really watching the finals much.
Nah, when they created all these fouls,
I'm only watching for time.
Oh, you said they try to build up Shea? You think they're trying to like prop him up?
Yeah, bro. They trying to push a narrative like, oh, he's the best OKC player since KD.
OKC to win. Don't get that twisted. Yeah, they don't want the Pacers to win in the series.
Yeah, that's why they're doing all these.
Who refereed the game the other day? Scott Foster, of course. That guy is very controversial as a ref.
Yeah, how does he still have a job?
But sometimes you're right. Though, like you gotta do it in a way. A lot of his push-offs can be deemed like offensive fouls, man. Like you can't push off like that hard, man. You can push off a little something to get the separation, but like not that hard, man. You know, he does some crazy unless he's like going for the solar plexus. But the foul baiting, I want Indiana to really win the series, though.
Halliburton has to be on his game. Every time Halliburton takes a few steps back, man, the Pacers just do not finish the game. He's got to be there from start to finish this next game.
Yeah, he has to mix his game up. Like sometimes he can get too passive. You know, he has to mix up his game and like score. Then, like when the defense is keen into you scoring, then look to pass. But like for me, I would come up looking to score like right away, you know, because a lot of times he's passive coming out like starting the game.
Right.
So I'm literally begging Tyrese, bro. Please don't let this flopper win, bro. I will never watch.
And we need Matt Thurin to keep playing.
I'm so serious. If he wins, bro, I don't think I'm ever watching basketball again.
Let's see where they have Danny Wolf at. Hold on,
I can't, bro. I can't watch the NBA if he actually wins if he wins a championship. That's gonna be crazy.
Oh, all right. So they got Danny Wolf as one of the Wagner brothers over there, man, and Henry Ellison.
That's not a bad comparison.
Mo Wagner is a good backup, man. So I'll be cool with that.
So let me ask, would y'all hold on? I think the Nets got like a number 18th pick or something like that.
I would try to go. I know
19th. We got the 19th pick.
I know.
I would take Danny Wolf. I would snatch up Danny Wolf. I wouldn't wait to 27.
19? No, BK. He's not going to go.
19. You wait.
Like 26, 27 is where we could get Danny Wolf. And
wait, matter of fact, though, he might have a point though, John, because somebody might take up Danny Wolf.
I think you know who's going to get snatched potentially around there. Maxime Renard. I hear he's already got a promise from somebody. He might go around that 19 to 20 bracket. Renard. He's definitely moved up the board.
Yeah, I did a show on him about 4 or 5 months ago.
He did really good in the combine. He killed it to the point where they said after day 3, you don't have to do nothing else, kid. We want us to get in you. Like, that's impressive.
What team that was?
I'm not sure, but I hear it could be maybe the Hawks. They have a pick around 20-something, right? Or is it Utah? I don't know one of those teams.
I mean, he is 7 foot.
So athleticism is 7, and let's look at Danny Wolf. Let's see.
I'd be fine with either of these two bigs if we have to get a center. Like, I think either one of them could fit what we're trying to do.
Bro, we really do need a center, bro.
We do. We got to get rid of Claxton. And if you want to keep Daron fine, if you want to let him go,
I'm done with the Claxton experiment, bro. It's been a failure.
The thing is, who's going to want him? Because if it's not the Lakers, what do we do?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. All you Claxton fans, bro, don't ever talk basketball, bro. Because like you can't even they can't even debate you, bro. Like, it's like, what has Claxton shown you to actually believe that he deserves to be on this roster, bro?
All right, so one of the problems I see with Danny Wolf. Hold on. One of the problems I see with Danny Wolf is here. So in terms of his weaknesses, they said he's really, really like ball centric. He needs the ball in his hands to actually be really, really at his best. But now again, that has to be able to translate to like the NBA, and his turnovers is already pretty high in college as it is. Like, it's almost 3.2 a game. So, I don't know, man.
I want to.
I like Danny Wolf though. I don't know.
I'd be fine with Danny Wolf, Renard,
these big white guys. Look at the Wolf and Maxi Raynard. We're done. Like, these are backup centers. Like, these are come on.
No, that's what I'm saying though, Gary. Because like I said, if he's a backup and he needs the ball in his hands, that's not good, man. That's not good at all. I mean, he can't play off the basketball.
Talking about Maxine.
Yeah, see,
who's
this is the first time I'm looking at the shot.
Who's that big white dude that went to UConn that is on the Blazers? He played really well second half of the year. Big dude, like 7'2", 300 pounds. Kling Kong. We need a white boy like that.
But you know what? Like he could listen. Hold on. Danny Wolf could be like a Jokic type player, right? I mean, he's slow. Hold on, he's slow, unathletic, right? And it says over here that Danny Wolf is a really good playmaker, and he could be a Jokic type player, though, man. You never know.
He's a project player.
He could be a Drew Timmy type player.
Oh, better than Drew Timmy. Bobby Bennett.
I don't know about that.
I don't know how good. Like, how good do you think Danny Wolf is? From
the highlights. 5 years, highlights I've seen of him, he has a good he has a high basketball IQ. Like, he's dribbling the ball, his head is up, he's surveying the floor, he's making, bro.
In this draft, I'm gonna be honest, bro. In this draft, we need to come out with at least 2 point guards and 2 centers, bro. At least.
I don't think we'll come out with either two, maybe 1 point guard and 1 center. I don't think we're gonna get
have Danny Wolf or King Klong. What are they?
Klingen.
Yeah, that's what you need. 7'2", 280, strong as hell. Like, that's the kind
of. But you gotta listen. You gotta have skill too, passing, shooting. You forget about all that, Gary.
Have you watched?
Hold on. Does Steven Adams have skill?
Who? What happened?
Steven Adams. Does he have skills, or is he just a big, strong dude?
Well, what happened in the playoffs this year? How did that work out for him?
I'm just saying. Like,
what happens if Steven Adams can actually shoot the 3-ball?
He can't.
He has defensive skills.
Who would you rather have, Steven?
No, I'm just saying.
Who has no skills?
You're looking at it. All right, I'm thinking playoffs. You're thinking regular season, right? So I'm looking at.
Wolf's not going to be on the court in the playoffs. He's too slow. He's going to get cooked.
So is Jokic. He's slow too.
Okay, if you can do what
offensively, his skill set
if you can do it, Joker can do it, then you'll be on the court. Danny Wolf can't. Danny Wolf's not going to be on the court in a playoff game. Any meaningful minutes. None. He's 0.
BK, can you look up Hansen Yang? I want to see what his metrics are.
I don't know, bro. I mean, Steven Adams, he played really well in the playoffs, bro.
Adams is a good defensive anchor.
No, but if Steven Adams can give you more offense, the Rockets win that series, man.
What? But he's never been the type to even give you a lot of
offense.
He's not an offensive anchor. He's a good defensive anchor.
Gary say he wants a big, strong guy. I'm like, oh, that's fine. But like, how did that work out in the playoffs? You need some sort of skill. You need shooting, passing, some playmaking. Who's the player, Jonathan?
Hansen Yang. He's the Chinese center. Yeah, let's see what his metrics are.
What they got him going there?
Some people hate him. I can't tell you nothing about him.
Does he have a Zach Edey game as a big, where it's like he's slow-footed and?
See, they got him going to the net at 36. So do I.
Wow, 255 pounds.
All right. The measurements doesn't seem that bad though. 252. You just got to see how he would look on the floor, like against if he gets switched on to these dynamic Donovan Mitchells and Cades and Jamal Murray.
We haven't had a good center since.
Is to guard those guys on the perimeter?
How long, bro?
Well, they wouldn't, man. Hopefully, well, you don't gotta lock them down. If you can just force them into if you could hold them to at least 2 dribbles, you're not gonna never shut these guys down. But if you could force them into a second option, that wouldn't be so bad though. Let me see.
What did JP Liberty say? Danny Wolf is 10.5.
Danny Wolf, like his name is Carl Anthony Towns. Bring him out. Bring him out. I'm going to go right around you.
Nah, if you don't shoot threes like Towns, that's not going to work.
I mean, hey, chat, to the comments, bro. I guess the last time we had a good center was Jared Allen, I guess.
We need an actual big. Like, Claxton's an undersized power forward. Dayron's a backup. You need a starting center that can compete against the other bigs. That's one of our biggest problems right now. And hopefully Mark's going to pull a Houdini trick on draft night.
Nothing on this roster, bro. Like, nobody has skills, bro.
Like, get me one of these 3. Give me a Wolf, a Raynard, or a Hansen Yang. We'll go from there, man, at this point. Like, we got to get one of these bigs. It's got to be one of the goals.
I'm looking at his highlights in the combine. He's not bad. He's not bad. I don't want to. I can't show it on screen because they'll just yellow mark.
Is he playing? Is he getting on the court in the playoffs?
Who, the Chinese guy? No, I'm looking at.
I thought you were talking about Wolf still.
No. I'm looking at the Hassan Yang. Not bad though. He has a good basketball IQ. Man, you gotta finish that, dude. They shouldn't be able to block your shot, man.
If Marks drafts a big on draft night, it's gonna be
he's a skill big though.
Huh?
They saying he's a skill big.
No, he is. I'm looking at him right now. I'm watching him right now, and he's in the combine.
They saying Danny Wolf is because of his defense. He's more of a power forward.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe it could be a combo big.
They still need to play power.
But they have more skilled power forwards in the NBA than they do have more skilled centers though. So
that's why he's better off playing center.
Oh, all right. I would take a Son Yang,
bro.
He was able to hold on. He's able to play on the perimeter and block this dude's 3-point shot. Okay, all right.
I mean, almost every 7-footer should be doing that, bro.
Yeah,
a big that can guard the 3-point line. Okay, that changes the conversation.
265. Well, we gotta see. Again, he has to be able to do it against the Donovan Mitchells, the Ja Morants. They don't care how explosive and dynamic these guys are. They still expect you to play defense, though. I just
want this draft to come right so
little
we can
guards
figure out
shouldn't be scoring on 7% like that, bro. I don't know how they be doing it.
Man, I'm just ready to get these answers.
He had 11 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds, 1 block, 18 minutes.
To the comments, bro. I want a lot of players going. I want this half the team going.
3/4 of this team shouldn't even be on the team next year. Like, seriously.
I only want to keep Cam Thomas, to be honest with you.
I even saw a micro trade. One of my friends suggested where we trade Tyrese Martin to the Magic for Jet Howard to reunite with his dad. I was like, okay.
Man, hopefully we can do something. We can pull off some finesse or something like that where we could trade these second-year players for something.
He looks better. He looks better than Zach Edey, though, man.
Maybe some second-round picks or something, dude. Just something
second-round picks, bro. Because
listen, Marks has to be active on draft.
I know they're young, but they is not good, bro.
Listen, DJ, Mark's entire remaining legacy is on the line this draft night. He has to be as active as possible. He cannot be passive, waiting for pictures, drop in his lap. You got to be aggressive on draft night. If he isn't,
Whitehead,
he shouldn't be.
Noah Clowney, they're just horrible.
I don't understand how NBA DraftNet doesn't have like a profile on him just yet. I don't understand. I don't get this.
He's an international player. That's why.
He's playing in the damn in the combine over here, man.
Pacers hurt them win the championship, bro. Let's come on, bro.
They gotta win some more. If they don't win some more, I think it's gonna be tough for them to do it.
Wow.
What is the series tied to? It's 2-2, right?
Yeah, 2-2.
See, I would probably take him with this pick right here. Hold on. They have a 7. No, hold on. They have a 19 pick. I would probably take Yang with this. I like him. I'm gonna do a separate video on him. Okay.
Just from the few highlights you've seen.
Yo, you gotta watch him. I don't know if he saw highlights.
No, I've seen him. BK, I've seen him.
Does he look better than Zach Edey?
In my opinion, yes.
And Zach Edey got drafted and with the 9th pick.
Yeah,
so yeah. All right, let me see. And he's doing this against I don't want to see him in China. I want to see him against like American players, man. So that's the one thing.
BK, look up Drake Powell right there. He's a guy who could also be on our radar. Defensive specialist, Drake Powell.
What other point guards could we besides Fears?
What else do y'all want? Scrap it.
I draft him at 8th. Like, what?
Let me see.
The other options would be.
The other options would be point guards here. No,
the other options, DJ. The other options would be trading. The other option would be trading for Yegor or drafting Nolan Trayor in the later part of the draft. Those are two guys that
better options. Keeping Fears.
And there's also Ben Surratt, but I've heard not a lot of good things about him with his development. So it's really those 3 guys.
It's just Trey Johnson just doesn't make any sense for the Nets.
So wait, hold on. From Yang though, what do you like better from Yang, DJ? That stands out, that makes him better than Zach Edey?
To me, I think it's his offense.
Yeah, and his defense.
Yeah, his defense too. Well, Zach Edey he's just slow. That's all it is. I mean, he's got quicker from the day he got drafted till now, but he's just slow.
And like a lot of the games I was watching from Zach Edey, man, like he couldn't even convert like right around the rim, man.
He looked really bad in the playoffs. He looked like a bowling ball out there against OKC, man. Like no movement. They were just charging him and stealing the ball from him, man. It was so bad. He's got to get a lot better at just
who did they play in the playoffs again?
Wait, what?
Who did the Grizzlies play in the playoffs?
Oh, OKC. They crushed him.
Yeah, they got swept in there.
Yeah.
And bro, when's the last time Jock got out of the first round?
I don't know. I think he's going. I think he's requesting a trade. They just changed his whole offensive system.
So would you get him at 19 though? Would you take a chance? Because if you look at
19,
not at 19.
Not at 19,
they can't risk it. It's too risky. I take him at 27.
19?
No, I'm not. It's too risky. Can't take him.
No, listen. Hudson Yang is a late first or a second round.
So the 19th pick is Joan Perjinga here. Let me see.
Joan
Perjinga. Yang will be sent to the G League to develop.
Yeah,
if we draft him, bro, I'm starting him over Claxton.
We could trade Claxton, start him.
All right, so right now, this dude over here, they have him going to the Nets at 19. So his athleticism is a 9, size 9, but then you look at the weaknesses over here, extremely raw offensively, right? So it seems like he's just mainly like a defensive specialist for now. It says need to improve his free throw shooting 53%. That's not good. That means you can't even play him in a playoff series and shooting. But then you look at like
half court set.
Yeah, exactly. In a half court set. Yeah. Upper bodies and core strength to handle the physicality at the next level. So yeah, he's 235 pounds. So the Yang over here is already at 252 pounds and shows like a higher like basketball IQ, man. You know, I mean it's a limited sample size, but It's tough though, man. I mean, so you think Yang is better than this dude over here?
I haven't seen him.
We gotta see more footage. But the good thing is
better than a lot of these bigs.
The good thing is the Nets have at least 5 or 6 different big options they can get in this draft, which is good. Just get one of them.
Watch, Yang.
Yeah, like this is actually a deep draft with bigs, and the Nets need a big. Like if Marks doesn't draft a big in this draft, they already got Claxton paid up already, man. Don't matter. Trade him so we can attach a pick to get off his contract. Get him out of here.
How do you say his name? Burgundy. They're saying Bergard is a Claxton.
What?
Who they got Maxine Renard compared to? Let me see.
They're trying to say he's another Claxton. BK in the comments.
Who?
Begard.
I heard somebody say Asa Noel could be a Claxton type prototype. Asa Noel.
Asa Noel, I like.
Yeah, JP's saying that his skill set is actually better than and JP.
Asa Noel is Claxton with a jump shot. Like I like Noel.
No, yeah, I said that. I said Yang is better than his EJ.
Oh, Baringa. Yeah, Baringa's like another Claxton. He's saying, yeah.
The quickness.
Claxton, listen, my only thing with Claxton is his weight, right? He's 215 pounds, man. If he was
That's your only thing with
Claxton? No, BK, be honest, BK. So one time you got to be honest with us. His offense, not good. Defense could be much better. Come on, BK.
Listen, if he was stronger, like he can, like I showed in the last live stream. No, I think it was the regular show I did. But like he can like bump guys and get like guys off balance a little bit, so he can get a clean shot off. Problem is, right now he can't move anybody. Like
no, BK, he didn't work on offense for 6 years. How if he was strong, if he just didn't know how to do a jump shot or 3-point shot, what's the point?
Well,
if he bumped up a little bit, he has to know how to score
around the rim. He can't move anybody. So like guys can just stay right with him and contest the shot. So if he was stronger,
he can't even finish around the rim.
Huh?
He can't even finish around the rim.
All he does is a hook shot most of the time.
Yeah,
DJ, all he does is a hook shot. Yeah, come on. You know what it is? His windup is slow.
If you watch the finals, right? You see sometimes like you see Chet Holmgren trying to go against like what's his name, Miles Turner, and like
your name is
like
Claxton though.
Yeah,
Chet Holmgren can actually shoot threes though, BK.
No, I'm saying Chet Holmgren around the rim, like trying to drive to the rim around like Miles Turner.
That's why
like, he can't move Miles Turner to get like a clean shot off. That's
why he goes out to the perimeter. He doesn't really play inside.
Claxton's problem is his windup is super slow. Like Claxton, he has to quicken that windup.
You can't compare the two because Claxton has to play inside.
Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me look up the
Claxton has no perimeter game at all, bro.
He doesn't, man. Like you just got to trade his contract.
Zero. Like it's nothing there.
If we have to attach second-round picks to trade Claxton at this draft, I'm fine with that at this point. We got to get a new big.
He has no ball handling skills. He has no ball handling skills. His free throws it might be one of the worst in the league, bro.
He's better than Mitchell Robinson. I give him that.
Oh my God! I'll actually give a compliment. Ben Simmons might be a better free throw shooter than Mitchell Robinson.
To Mitchell Robinson's defense, though, I mean, he doesn't really play.
Oh man, when they were clapping hands for this guy to make free throws, I'm
injured.
Like, this is
Mitchell Robinson's always hurt.
BK, you remember Josh Boone on the Nets?
I remember him.
Yeah. He was the worst free throw shooter ever. He was worse than Mitchell Robinson. He was horrible. He was out of the league because he was like an undersized center and he couldn't shoot free throws. He's always going to the line.
Who does Claxton remind y'all of?
All right, let me show you guys what I'm talking about. This is Brian Scalabrine.
They saying just a lob guy, man. That's really what he is.
That's what he is. Offensively, he's a lob guy. Yeah.
That's horrible, bro.
All right, so let me show you guys what I'm talking about with Claxton. Let me show you.
And all you Claxton fans, bro, stop living off that 1 year that he played good.
That was with 3 superstars. If nobody's defending you, of course you're going to score at the rim, just dunking the ball most of the time. Nobody's stopping you.
All right, let me show you guys what I'm talking about.
Here go Claxton fans.
All right, let me show you guys. This is Brian Scalabrine taking like.
Yo,
see how he's able. Like, you see Scalabrine, how he's able to bump this guy off, and he can actually get the space to get a clean shot off. And Claxton can't do that. That's really more or less the problem. If he was stronger, he can like bump guys off, move them off like a foot, and he can get a clean shot off. He can't do that.
He can't do it. If I was 7'2" and could jump out of the building, I'd be in the NBA, right? But I'm not, right? So you gotta live with
No, BK, you're definitely pointing out a problem, but it's his mechanics. His mechanics have been so bad since he came to the league.
Talking about like just a big layup, though. Like Brian Scalabrini's not dunking on anyone over here, right? He's moving this guy. He's getting him off balance, right? This is about a foot of separation right here.
Claxton doesn't even
he's able to get a clean shot off. If somebody was bigger, if somebody was bigger and stronger than Scalabrini right here, he won't be able to really do this. He was struggling to get his layup off. That's what I'm saying.
The crazy thing is, in Claxton's rookie year, he was shooting like he was in Georgia. He was making mid-range shots. He was shooting threes, and then he tore his labrum, and his whole offense died. Like, it really changed.
See what I'm saying? Look at that right there. Hold on. Look at this right here. Hold on. Look at this right here.
Hold on. He just said an old skill center. But JP, old skill centers, they would have killed Claxton, bro.
Nah,
I think you see the separation he got right here?
Yeah.
Because they had way more skills than Claxton. Claxton has no skill, bro.
I feel like Claxton's
DJ, look at this right here. It's not about skill, right? Look at this right here,
bro. When you're watching him,
what do you mean it's not about skill, BK?
Right there. You see the bump?
Skill, that's a problem.
But BK, hold on. What you're watching, that takes skill. He can't do none of that.
He's overpowered him. That's not skill. He overpowered him.
But you're dribbling into that, bro. You're ball handling.
Yeah, you're dribbling the ball. You could you can protect the basketball, put the ball right? On the floor, bro. What I'm saying is that he can't get that bump. He can't get that separation from the bigger guys.
Let me get this straight. So if he was able, if he wants to do that, he'll have to have a point guard to set him up to do that, right?
No, he has to get stronger. That's all I'm saying with Claxton.
But no, he has to do some type of ball handling skills to get to that move.
Well, no, he was a ball handler in college, though. I mean, ball handler is not really amazing. Yeah. I'm just saying.
What am I listening to right now?
I always, if you listen to my past streams, I always got on Claxton in terms of.
Hold on, you're the main one that said, "Oh, that's just college. That's college, bro."
Yeah,
he doesn't do anything.
I'm not saying he needs KD type handle. I'm just saying just basic ball handling to get this spot.
BK, do you see Claxton's wind-up shots? It takes like 3 to 4 seconds just to get off a three-point shot.
He's gonna start.
No, I'm talking about just basic finishing around the basket, though. That's all I'm saying.
And we saw the mid-range attempts this year. They were really bad.
This is why guys are so efficient around Claxton, because
BK, explain to us how he's
going to do away, and they can get a clean shot off.
BK, explain to us how he's going to do this. What's going to change for Claxton?
I'm saying. People think I'm hating on Claxton. I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying, like, in terms of his strength, if he was stronger, right? I mean, he would be better for the Nets right there. He'd be able to finish better. Like, this is what guys do to Claxton right here. I mean, they just bump him off, right? They're bigger and stronger than him, and they can just get clean dunks off a clean shot.
layup. Why doesn't he have a baby hook shot? Why doesn't he have a little push shot? Why
you still need this, Gary. You still need this separation to do that.
Oh my God, BK.
You do.
Come on.
He's right. John, he's right. But like Marcus Camby strong? No, Camby was built just like Nick Claxton.
But we've seen strong players without that skill set, though, Gary.
Listen, BK. We agree.
I'm saying like Camby, like
it doesn't matter about the muscle, bro.
BK, we post game though. Like you can't be built like him and have a post game.
Right. And here's the thing, BK.
Let me get this straight, John. If Claxton puts on muscle, he's going to all of a sudden develop a skill set.
No, he has to actually have the skill. He has to have the mechanics to do
around the rim. Like just getting a high percentage look at the rim. Like right now,
he has no layup package, bro.
I know because he can't get this type of separation against the biggest, stronger guys,
bro. That's all it is. He just doesn't have that skill set.
No, that's not I agree with you. I'm just making a point for all the people. Not for you guys on the panel. I'm saying for all the guys that think that I'm just hating on Claxton. I'm just not.
He has a small guard on him. He'll go to a hook shot or just a standing dunk.
Yeah, but a lot of the guards are strong. I mean, it depends on what guard you're talking about, though, man. Donovan Mitchell's strong,
you 7 foot and you can't just reach over him and do a layup.
I'll tell you this. His defense took a nosedive this year. I mean, he got cooked by everybody this year. Old centers, young centers when we were on teams. Like, he really lost a lot of his skill set.
That's what I'm saying, though. Those bigs that you're talking about will outplay Claxton. They're better than him, bro. They have more skills than him, bro.
I don't even know how you could put like this.
Jericho Sims had as much skill as Steven Adams. Horrible.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say, Gary?
I said everyone's got more skills than Claxton. He's horrible.
I just don't agree with BK when he says that when you put up a body or something on somebody, that's just automatically gives you a skill set.
I think he's trying to say that
skill set. I just said it'll give him a much more high percentage.
It'll give him a slight advantage, but I mean, it's not going to.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this is what Jericho Sims was doing the same shit right here. This is what Jericho Sims was actually doing to Claxton. Right,
that's crazy because Sims doesn't even have it.
But he can finish. Hold on, BK. But he can finish around the rim. Claxton can't,
unless he doesn't get a lob assist.
Yeah, a lob assist. Yeah.
Nah, listen, we just
Claxton was like 235, 240.
His efficiency around the rim. He doesn't finish well at the rim.
No, because that's what I'm saying, because he can't move guys, and then guys is just able to really contest the shot. But if he was stronger, he can do this. This doesn't take a lot of skill to do, man. He can just do his basic bump right here and just be able to finish if he was stronger.
But BK, you're talking about the physicality of your body getting stronger. That requires muscle, requires a diet, requires so many different things to get that type of muscle.
That's what we're saying to BK. Like, you have to have, like, y'all saying Steven Adams, right? The thing about Steven Adams, he uses his body, but he can finish around the rim though. He can do a layup. He can just post you up and then finish around the rim. Claxton,
that's what I'm saying. But Steven Adams is 260, and that's the thing.
You know what it is, DJ.
Bro, he can't finish around the rim though, bro.
You know what it is. You know what it is, DJ? Instead of hitting the weight room, Claxton hits the Zumba classes. Like, you see his workout videos, and he really hit the weight room.
Comments, bro. Y'all look up Steven Adams' percentage at the rim, bro. His percentage is good. He can finish around the rim. Claxton's percentage is horrible.
Claxton just.
No, I'm just giving you the reason why that is, though. You know, because it's not for you, DJ, but from some of all the people that listen to the show,
I'm just
like all of them, people like, yo, man, you just hating on Claxton. Well, here's the reason why, because it's like
he has because he absolutely sucks. That's why. I'm not even hating. I'm just being realistic. Like, being real isn't hating.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy, Gary? I counted the plus or minus performances. I think he had over 48 out of 60 bad performances, or was like close to 50 out of 60. Like, I think he had only 8 good performances the whole year.
I don't know. It just doesn't, Gary. It just doesn't make any sense.
I used to do his plus minus every game and every day. He was a minus, and Dayron Sharp was a plus. It was every game.
He had a worse plus or minus than Reese Beekman in one game. How is that possible?
He had
now they saying first of all, Steven Adams does Steven Adams have a post game to y'all?
I mean,
in the playoffs.
He's mostly
hold on. Let me correct myself. Not a Jokic or Kevin Durant post game.
No, I get you.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the playoffs.
Well, I only want him posting up a smaller guy. I don't want him posting up a guy that's equivalent to the same weight as him, because that's just not good offense.
I'm just
saying,
dribbles
just to really kind of get like a good shot off. But like, if it's a smaller guy, like he gets like a guard or like a point guard or a 2-guard switched onto him.
There's different levels of post.
He can actually he can get to his spot faster in 2-3 dribbles, rather than like him going against like Jokic, who could put more like resistance up on him, and you got to use 5, 6, 7 dribbles.
There's just different levels of post game, bro. There's like a center type post game, then there's like the wing type post game, bro.
Yeah, it just depends, though, man. I mean, like,
depends.
Yeah, it like,
and it just doesn't make sense for me. Like
you don't want to see Steven Adams trying to post up like Joel Embiid, man. That's just not good offense right there. Like, but if Steven Adams has a smaller guard switched on to him, then yeah, post him up all day, because he'll get to the rim in 2 dribbles. But like, if Steven Adams is trying to like post up Joel Embiid, well, that's going to take 8, 9 dribbles just to really get a decent and that's a low percentage shot off, right? And then the help can actually come in and they can dig, and so it all depends, though, man.
I just don't. I mean, I don't know why y'all want to just keep waiting around for a guy that's not getting any better, bro. I mean, he hasn't gotten any better.
Who's that?
I think
Claxton at all. Like offensively, he hasn't gotten better, bro. So
yeah, he hasn't gotten stronger, man.
I think most of the base is ready for it. It's just can Marks actually.
I'm just done with Claxton. Like, it's nothing wrong with it. I mean, cool. Yeah, go play somewhere else and go play good. I mean, but yeah, your time here in Brooklyn is done.
Well, he had a back injury, man. Come on, guys. That's like.
Stop. I can't believe he actually used that as an excuse. Dude, you played almost 60 games. You didn't have a bad back, dude. Stop. You were complaining half the series. Remember when he punched the referee's hand or he had clotheslined Dyson Daniels? Come on, Claxton, stop it. You were going through a Dennis Rodman phase half the season. Grow up, dude. Stop this bullshit. He's like, yo, I played 60 games for my back, man. Like, stop. Come on. You won the court most of the time.
Jordy Fernandez did put them through a tough training.
Wait, this is my problem with Jordy Fernandez. When did he ever think that Claxton could do a role of Sabonis? I don't understand that.
Bro. That's crazy.
That's crazy. He had one game this year. Guys, he had one game this year with 10 assists.
Claxton, what was the quote, John? Claxton can be a Sabonis. We could turn him.
He had one. DJ, he had one game this year against the Warriors. We had 10 assists. One game out of 70 games. Come on. Like, what are we doing here?
I couldn't believe Jordy actually thought that he could turn Claxton into a bonus, bro. That's crazy.
Oh, man. First of all, you actually have to be a censor. DJ, you have to be a censor to do the role.
Like, Sabonis came into the league with, like some raw talent, some skill set. Like, Claxton really didn't.
Listen, if I have to
1 year, bro, you had one good year, and that was it, bro. Time to go.
If I have to attach second round draft picks to Claxton to trade him to the Suns to take back Royce O'Neal's contract, I'll do a Royce O'Neal reunion at that point. Like, this guy trade him.
I don't know about that one, Jonathan.
Well, it depends.
Last trade deadline, they try to get like two first round picks for Claxton. Nobody was budging for him, man.
Wait, here's a question. Does Memphis now want to trade for Claxton? So they have all this capital to work with. Could Claxton and Edie be a combination they want to use, maybe?
No, hell no, man.
Hell no.
BK could probably pull it up, bro. The actual quote and video was he wanted to turn him into Sabonis, bro. We all remember when he said
I remember that.
I still can't believe that, man. Like, he's not a center.
Listen, if he was bigger and stronger, it's possible, but he's just not. Like I said, I just showed the video. He can't move guys like to get the clean. Like, guys should be able to block a shot and force him into low percentage layups. You know, he can't move guys. It's like when I play my 10-year-old son, right? When I play my 10-year-old son in basketball, I can just overpower him at will. You know, I can get any shot if I want. Now, me try to do that against like a D1 player, like that's like 6'5", 6'6", I ain't doing that.
I don't know if the Lakers are gonna do it though. I mean, Claxton's really not all that, but would y'all trade him to the Lakers?
I would if they're willing to take him on.
Anyone who will take him, I don't care. You want Nick Claxton, you can have him. Whatever.
Listen,
I don't care.
I'll take Gabe Vincent and Dalton at this point. You have to give me a pick at that point. Just give me those two contracts. We good.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I like.
I was on the locker room show last night, and we were talking about Claxton and I was breaking it down to Reggie, and I'm like, yo, listen, he has no type of skill set, man. Like, he doesn't have a position. Like, he has no position. Like, he can't play the 5, he can't play the 4, and he can't play the 3. Because to play the small forward, you have to be able to shoot, pass, dribble. Can't do that. Not efficiently. So
not consistently. The correct word is not consistent.
I mean, JP might be. I mean, if you want to win a championship, which the Lakers is all about, I mean, Claxton's not a championship level center. So
yeah, and Luka needs a lot of defenders around him. The fact that Minnesota scored 65% against him, you need a lot of defense, like 3 to 4 defenders with him at all times.
Hold on. Wait, AP, if I actually get in shape against junior high school, 8th graders, yeah, I could do that against 8th graders. You bugging. Now, some of these high school kids, I don't know, man. A lot of these high school kids are like, but 7th, 8th graders, I'll bust their ass, man.
Man, high school, man, you see these elementary school kids, bro? Come on, bro.
Yeah, there's some of them. There's a lot more high schoolers that are like 6'5", 6'6". Shit, I was playing a high school kid, man. I had to adjust. I'm like, damn, he blocked my shot one time. I'm like, oh, I gotta get that shot off. I had to put that shot up higher. I wound up beating him, but
Whoa, BK. So BK, you admit that you have to develop your game to be a much better player, right?
Yeah, I know. I know. I was just using the example of like
I was waiting for that one.
Like me playing against my son, who's 10 years old. I can just push him and move him.
Oh, wait until he's a 7-footer. He's gonna say, "Dad, payback's up, bitch." I can't wait for that one, man. I want to put that on a video, man.
You giving him the recipe on how to defeat you early.
What's that?
I was
giving him the recipe on how to defeat you early, bro.
Yeah, I'm teaching him how to play, man. You know, it's tough. Actually, no, he's kind of receptive. He's doing really good. You know, he just doesn't want to work out and get stronger, man. Like,
how's the coaching going with the girls' league? How's that
going?
Well,
the season starts up in November, man. So the season's over. We almost made it to the championship game. You know,
almost,
almost. Yeah, we were 1 game away. So we lost. My point guard, she had like about she had 20 turnovers damn near, man. Trying to do too much.
You got to do some trades, BK.
That's a trade, man. Stop it, man. We draft the players, man. And but I gotta just teach them more team basketball. This year is gonna be a little bit different, man. Because now it's gonna be like every time you pass the ball, you're gonna go set a screen for that particular player, man. You know, or like pass the ball and cut, one of those two. And they don't do it. We blow the whistle. You know, and do it. No, none of this. Nah. All right. I learned a lot. Yeah, not trying to do too much because, like, but no, it was only like they only got 1 hour of practice a week. You know, and they need more than they.
Nah, BK. Next year is championship or bust, BK.
I agree, and I'm gonna show them videos. I'm gonna get their parents some videos to watch on the type of offense we're gonna run.
The Brooklyn Nets, your 2025-2026 NBA champions.
I'll just be happy to have a core by 2026 at this point.
I was tired. I had to direct them. I was yelling every offensive possession and defensive possession AP. I was talking them through it, man. I was tired after all the game. Yeah, we got an echo. Actually, what time is it? Let me wrap this up. All right. So like, comment, subscribe, share the stream, live stream tonight, and I'll figure out what to talk about. All right, everyone. All right, peace out, man.